Terry, I'm assuming that's more of your own money that you're giving away to the winners of Fox Bet Super 6.
That's right. And everybody loves me.
I feel like I need to tell you.
Terry, this is your money.
What's up, y'all?
Download the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 app now for a chance to win $100,000 of Terry money. That's right, $100,000.
Introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. Our promise to deliver the food you love on time. And
you ready to watch this game?
Or you'll get $5 off your next
Cowboys and Panthers.
Because it's not a meal without.
Panthers has surprised a lot of people.
Is this farm raised?
Cowboys have surprised a lot of people too, but
Is this
anybody who's surprised about the Cowboys right now is just dumb.
fresh groceries and more? Free same-day delivery. Walmart Plus. As a DJ, I know all about customization.
A lot of people have been surprised by both these teams.
My car insurance, so I only pay for what I need.
The surprise for the Panthers is legitimate. The surprise for
Only pay for what you need.
the surprise for the Cowboys is not.
Pizza Hut's Detroit style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese to the edge.
Cowboys went through
Still on top.
a whole lot last year. You know, we lost that, and then we had injuries all over the place on both sides of the ball. We had a completely new coaching staff, having to go through, you know, no training camp, no preseason, all of that. And then all of that happened last year. And so anybody who's shocked by the Cowboys right now doesn't really know football. To me, anybody could tell you that this year wasn't going to be close to the same as last year.
Here are the 3-0 Carolina Panthers in Arlington to take it on the 2-1.
I do have to apologize again. I was not here for a live stream on Monday because I was actually at the game. And man, that was a rocking house.
The Cowboys put 41 points on Philadelphia, and Dak Prescott is playing amazingly right now. He is, and it's not often.
Let me know if y'all can hear me fine. I'm doing as you can see, anybody that's watched my live streams in the past, I got to rearrange some stuff in here, so I got a new camera placement. The camera and thus also the microphone is now right next to the TV, so I don't want to distort anything. You know, hey, I can barely hear you because you got the TV too loud. You know, just let me know because this is all new stuff today. This is a whole new arrangement and setup for me. So I literally just got done moving all of this and setting all this up. I'm not kidding you, like literally like 2 minutes ago. I almost waited until after the game because I didn't know if I was going to have time to move everything. And I was like, nah, I'll go ahead and do it. But
the best things America makes are the things America makes out here.
We got it,
the
man.
history she writes in her clear blue skies. The legends she births in hometown fields.
We'll see how much of a factor the refs are today. We got lucky on Monday that that touchdown ended up not mattering, but that was clearly a touchdown. Whenever Dak stretched out over the goal line, I saw that from the stands. I didn't even have to watch the replay. And then, of course, when I watched the replay, it was confirmed.
And return with just one. Who are you, and how do you do that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, man. Well, I need the Cowboys to move this over just a little bit. I need the Cowboys to do well this year. So far, they are. The Longhorns appear to be on the upward trajectory. And then I'm not even going to start talking about these guys. These guys ain't even worthy of being discussed.
Get the Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich in classic or spicy for just $3.99. It's finger looking good. Today's Geico players to watch. If you like linebackers, this might be the game for you.
I tell you what, though, the Cowboys look awesome on as awesome as they've looked this year. They look increasingly awesome on a 65-inch 4K TV. That's just bad. Bad in the good way.
Homeowners insurance with Geico's help was pretty fun too.
I saw I think it's by LG. It's called The Wall. It's a big ass TV that literally takes up your entire wall. And it's like $100,000.
Well, enjoy your house. Nope. No, thank you.
Geico could help you save on homeowners and renters insurance.
Terry, I'm assuming that's more of your own money that you're giving away to the winners of Fox Bet Super 6.
That's right. And everybody loves me.
I feel like I need to tell you.
Terry, this is your money.
I think
Free-to-play Fox Bet
we're going to see a big game from Dak today, and I think that this Carolina defense is going to get exposed a little bit. I'm not saying they're not good, but I think Zeke and Tony are going to set the tone early. That's one thing about this year. Last year we started 1-3, and we should have been 0-4. I mean, it took Atlanta just basically not even knowing what the rules of football are apparently for us to win that game. And what happened last year was we fell behind early every week, and then we'd end up trying to battle back, and we couldn't. We'd make it interesting. We'd get close enough to where, you know, it'd be entertaining. Oh my God, here we go! But we'd never quite get there and complete the comeback. This year, we're not relying on that. We ain't trying to come back because we ain't been behind. We're just going out there and playing our game, setting the tone early, scoring. Against Philly and against the Chargers, we basically didn't trail in either one of those games. And I said this stat in my preview video for this game on Friday that, you know, we went 20 games without scoring a touchdown on our opening drive. And then we almost did it against Tampa, but we killed our own drive on that. So that was the 20th game. So 20 games, we didn't score a touchdown on the opening drive. And then we got a touchdown on the opening drive against the Chargers. And then we got a touchdown on the opening drive against the Eagles. So you go 20 games without, and then you do 2 games in a row. Touchdown on the opening drive. So looks like Cowboys are going to receive the opening kickoff, which means the Panthers are going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So just something to keep in mind as this game goes along.
He looks like a different guy. He's got this Panthers team off to a 3-0 start. But Carolina won the toss. They've elected to defer, so we won't see Darnold just yet. As Tony Pollard, you saw him, number 20. There he is, back deep to receive.
I like Sam Darnold. I felt bad for him with the Jets, and I said that whole time, if you put him on a team that's not pretty much the worst team in the entire world in any sport, you're gonna see what he's really about. And he's a good fit out of Carolina.
So we will see Dak Prescott in this offense first.
Here comes Dak. Yeah, those of you that don't know, Dak is leading the league in completion percentage, 77.5%, which is number 1 in the league right now, and is also the 4th highest ever since 1948.
I'd say you could argue he's even playing better than he was last year. Start off with Elliott in the backfield. Blitz coming.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow. I don't know if I like that, especially not for a 2-yard profit, but that could have turned out very bad.
You can see, I think he gets his ball out
Going down, getting sacked, and then just flips it to Zeke. Yeah, if Zeke wasn't ready for that, or that could have been really bad. You only got 2 yards out of it. You got to applaud the guy for not giving up on the play, but sometimes you got to give up on the play. But a heads up move by Zeke. That's the first run by Zeke today. I tell you what I want to see. I like to see a.
You'll see a couple backs today. You will see Elliott. You'll see a lot of Pollard. Sometimes you'll even see them together.
4th in rushing, 10th in passing, and 5th overall as far as offense. We've been missing some offensive linemen throughout the year. Michael Gallup is hurt right now. We've gone up against. We went up against a couple of really good defenses early, and Philly. Their back end is absolute trash, but their front end of their defense is not bad at all. Ball batted down on 3rd down. Okay, you come right out of the gate with a 3 and out. That's not good.
Brian Burns is becoming a superstar off the edge. His speed. Watch the pressure he puts here. That's what causes Luvu gets his big hands up and knocks it down. That play starts with the pressure. So you see the pressure on play 1, the pressure on play 3. That's the formula for this Carolina defense if you want to keep this Dallas offense off rhythm.
They force a 3 and out to begin with. Alex Erickson back deep for Carolina. We'll call fair catch right at the 20. And Pam told you about Sam Darnold and how they feel about him here in Carolina after getting out of New York. And the numbers show it. He looks like the guy we saw at USC.
He does, and this is what everyone thought he always could be, right? He looks comfortable. He's a good athlete. He can get outside the pocket, throw on rhythm, throw off rhythm. He's a guy that can really do a lot. Joe Brady is a master at building offenses that suit the skill set of his quarterbacks. No different right now early in the year what he's done with Sam Darnold. And so far, it's paying off.
All right, defense.
Starting out with
Time to
2
go to work.
in the backfield, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, and he will get it right to the right and sneaking through the line, finding his way out for a 4-yard gain before he runs into Leighton Vander Esch. And so, nice pickup on 1st down behind this offensive line, which has had some ups and downs. Darnold has gotten some hits in the last few weeks, but for the most part has remained upright. Now a running back, you saw Hubbard, you'll see a lot. Who you won't see is Christian McCaffrey, the all-world running back who was out, got hurt last week against Houston, so that's obviously a tough blow for the Panthers. He's got a hamstring injury.
Let's go, D.
Second down. Quick throw to the middle.
Ooh. Anthony Brown almost came out with that.
Terrific coverage, and it brings up 3rd down.
All week around Carolina, there was a lot about how do we get it.
I'll tell you what, man. I've been one of Anthony Brown's biggest critics. Go back and watch any of my old videos. It seems like I always got something negative to say about Anthony Brown. He's been stepping up here lately. He got turned into burnt toast by Antonio Brown in the first game. But since then, he's really stepped it up. And just for the record, most corners in this league, including most teams' #1 corner, will get turned into burnt toast by Antonio Brown. So let's just take that into account. That's a sack. Who was that? Was Randy Gregory, boy. Yes, sir.
See Gregory lined up right there. He's going to loop it right inside. Matt Paradis tries to slide over. He's just so big. They call that going speed to power. He goes from a speed rusher to just a bull rush. He sets his head right into the center's chest, and Paradis gets run back right into the lap of Darnold.
So each team forcing a 3 and out in the early going. And now CeeDee Lamb, who is the electric return of the Cowboys.
Oh, wow. We almost blocked it.
And this ball is high in the air, and a fair catch.
Fair catch, CD, a flag.
C.J. Goodwin was the free runner at the punter. I don't know if he got to Charlton, the punter. We'll see, as there is a penalty flag on the field. Jerome Boger is our referee. So it wasn't good when we were lined up in the neutral zone. And
That neutral zone infraction, I'll take that. As long as it's not roughing the punter.
With the early statement. Scoreless game here in Arlington.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Boston, this is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski.
I told y'all,
Mr. Gronkowski,
for those of you
the
that
military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
watched my preview video.
Special.
It's, I did my Eagles recap and my preview for this game in the same video on Friday. And I said, that's the first Cowboy game that I've been to, and I've been to a lot, that it actually felt like what you would think it would feel like if we have a home field advantage. You talk about all teams that have a legitimate home field advantage. You know, Arrowhead with the Chiefs, Seattle Seahawks with the 12th man. And it felt like that type of atmosphere at the game on Monday night. And I'm obviously not there at the game today, but it appears to be much of the same situation.
Caesars Awards on the Caesars Sportsbook app? Yes, Carl. Okay. Only Caesars is going to be able to give you Caesars rewards. They're not rewards. Why would someone else?
I don't know. I know that
if it's called Caesars rewards, it's Caesars rewarding you.
There are lots of ways to love that chicken.
I'm going to be seeing
like our sandwich and our nuggets. Both are marinated for 12
it's going to be
hours
Dak's second chance out there.
So every bite is
So
crunchy and juicy.
offense went 3 and out the first time, and then defense came out and forced 3 and out. So
there's still time to enter your
we'll see what happens in that
picks
regard.
for
But
a chance at $100,000 of Terry's money. Download the app now and play for free.
Today's game is sponsored by USAA Insurance, auto renters and home insurance.
Well, that's C.J. Henderson. They just acquired him this week. They sent the tight end Dan Arnold to Jacksonville. I mean, you look at where he went. He's a 9th overall pick just last year. He's had some health issues, but he comes into a secondary where they're banged up. They lost J.C. Horn out for a while. He got hurt against Houston with a foot injury. Justin Burris.
Let's go.
With a groin injury, also hurt in that game. He's out a while. So Henderson, we're told, will play today. And there you see Phil Snow, the defensive
defense for the Panthers.
It's 3
they're
games
second in
so
points.
far. That's
They're
pretty
first
good
in rush
results.
yards, first in pass yards.
First in everything is pretty good last time I checked. And they forced Dallas to go 3 and out on the first possession.
People make the argument about who have they played. I never really like that argument, but you do have to take it into account. The Jets are not very good. The Texans are not very good.
It is
But there goes Zeke. Feed him.
This is what he does best. You hear him say, kill. He sees 2 high safeties. That's a run check for him. They want to run into those fronts, but they aren't able to get that extra defender in the box.
Dallas going quick here. Prescott, quick hitter. Noah Brown makes the catch. Penalty flag as well as Dante Jackson on the coverage.
Let's see what the flag is.
The quick team is something they've been doing quite a bit too. Not only the rhythm of the offense, but the quick passes from Dak Prescott.
And they really consider it an extension of their run game. To them on first and second down, to get the ball out of Dak's hands into these playmaking wide receivers, let them run after catch in space.
Referee's mic ain't working. I couldn't even hear what the penalty was.
Dalton Schultz got a little overzealous there with his pick route. You're going to see him. He's going to go. We don't call these picks. We call them rubs. He's trying to. I don't like that call. They're trying to switch release there to kind of cause those guys to use each other.
Man, the refs in college and in
I don't think it had much of an impact on the play.
NFL have been
Sick
jack
lately. Instead of that pain, it's
they just calling every little thing. 1st and 20. Hurry up. Oh, come on. Okay. I tell you what, Dak don't look scared. And he ain't looked scared all year. Everybody asking about, yeah, he could throw it, but yeah, he still run with it. He ain't really had to, but when he has to, he just shows you right there. He's more than willing to suck it down and go.
His eyes downfield. May check Thompson this. He said, I'm going to run when I need to, but I need to be smarter because my team needs me on the field.
Exactly.
They slid down quite a bit last week. Got to protect that ankle. Big hole for Elliott and an easy first down.
Zeke just running all over him.
Zeke Elliott, he's had monstrous holes to run through against his Carolina defense that is allowing 45 yards per game on the ground. That's how good they've been. Well, guess what? They've given up 46 already just a couple minutes into the game.
Wow. That's crazy. Panthers defense is averaging giving up 45 rushing yards a game, and 5 minutes into the first quarter, they've given up 46. 2 big runs by Zeke and then that one by Dak. That was Dalton there for the first down.
You can see him here. He's going to start blocking Brian Burns. He's in. Burns kind of goes inside. He just kind of falls out. Dak finds his check down.
What's up, Bones? Good to see you found me again. Like I said, I gotta apologize for not being here on Monday. I was at the game. I hadn't been to a game in a while. And especially last year with COVID and everything, I couldn't go to the game. So I'll tell you what we doing so far in this game. Those of you that watch college football, if you watched the Longhorns and TCU yesterday, the way we're pounding the ball right now, it reminds me a lot of what Texas did yesterday against TCU. Everybody in the world knew we was going to run it, and we ran it anyway, and they still couldn't stop it, and Bijan Robinson ended up with 216 yards on the ground by himself. That's not even counting the other run backs. Or the big run by Casey Thompson. There goes Pollard. That's that 1-2 punch, man. That's that 1-2 punch. You get Zeke. Zeke is the more physical back, and he's going to grind out those tough yards and just get that defensive front tired out and fatigued. And then you send in Tony Pollard, your speedster, and he'll just run around guys and cut and slash under guys who they're already tired and fatigued because they're trying to tackle Zeke. That's what you do.
Inside the 2 to the 1.
You said it, Kevin. They bring in McGovern. He's a guard, but they use him.
It was, Bones. The crowd was, like I said, if you watch my preview for this game, I talked about that.
Watch the push.
I've been to a bunch of Cowboy games. That's the first one that it felt like a legitimate home field advantage. Not to say before that the fans haven't been loud and going crazy and everything else, but it felt like actually a playoff atmosphere. And it felt like what I imagined it would feel like. Let's see. Oh, Dalton couldn't come down with it. It felt like what I imagined it would feel like I said, like you got Seattle with the 12th man and the Chiefs at Arrowhead. That's what it felt like. It felt like a place, a hostile environment. That's what people say, a hostile environment. A place that teams genuinely fear going into play. That was the feeling that I had being at that game on Monday night. It was about the most awesome thing I ever felt in relation to sports. Yeah, he was across the line before that ball came out. Don't even start that nonsense. Y'all took a touchdown away from us Monday night. We got lucky. It ended up, not lucky. It ended up not mattering. Just running it down their throat. Wow.
They got an all-world quarterback. But if you come in and say, we're going to take the pass away and we're going to stop Dak, yeah, he's clearly in before the ball comes out.
All you got to do is cross over the top of the goal line, and the play's over. It's a touchdown. So you see that was an easy one.
They can play.
The Panthers have given up 45 yards. They're averaging giving up 45 rushing yards a game this year through their first 3 games. They've already gave up more than that on our second drive, which our first one was a 3-and-out. So really, basically on one drive, they gave up more rushing yards than they gave up in a game, in the whole game all season. Oh, Zeke washed up. He can't run like he's bullshit.
Today, business is a
The
balance.
stars at night are big
You
and
want your data to
bright,
be protected and
deep
secure.
in the heart of Texas.
And your customers want seamless and easy. With IBM, you can do both. Your company can monitor threats across your clouds.
A lot of sports stuff going on right now.
And still
Like I
create
said,
all new
the Longhorns
experiences.
appear to be on the upward trajectory.
Trustworthy AI-powered
We got
security.
hockey season
That's
coming
why
up.
so many businesses work with IBM.
NASCAR playoffs at Texas Motor Speedway. I think it's August 17th.
Is this forest?
And I'm planning on being at that race.
Vegan?
So
No, it's chicken.
Fresh groceries and more. Free same-day delivery. Walmart Plus.
I might not. I have to see what's going to go on with my live stream because the Cowboys we play at, I think it's 3:30 that day. The race starts at 12, and the Cowboys play at 3:30 against the Patriots.
Progressive presents
Uh,
At Home with Baker Mayfield.
I'm happy she's renovating her kitchen, but if I have to hear about subway tile one
So
more time,
there will be a live stream. It just might get started kind of late.
hello 1904.
Oh, there she goes.
Driving in a car, but couldn't donate to my walk of fun.
She's a good egg, though.
You know what she is? She is. Did you hear she's pulling her kids out of tennis?
I gotta tell you, man, I got kind of scared at first for like the whole, probably first 15 minutes that I was recording. I thought my stream was broke or something. Nobody came in, nobody posted nothing. A couple people clicked in, and the viewer thing would go to 1, and then literally like a second later, as soon as they clicked in, they clicked back off.
Sorry, it just locked in.
Okay, that's how it's gonna be. I didn't know people was just mad at me because I wasn't here on Monday or what.
I'm incredible.
It's either credible or
But
it's not.
you got an opportunity to go to a game, especially a game like that. You take it. And like I said, I apologize to the people who come in and hang out with me. But
That touchdown drive was really all on the ground, or at least most of it. 52 of those 70 yards were on the ground. And consider this: Cowboys in this first quarter have 66 yards rushing. Carolina's rush D had been allowing 45 per game the first 3 weeks. So that was kind of like, we see your number 1 ranking, and you could, do what you want with it. Here you go.
what's up, Joe Jackson? Yeah,
Let this one go, and they'll start on their own 25. And we remind you, there's still time to enter Fox Super 6. Give you a chance at $100,000.
that's what I don't like about the 12 o'clock games. I live in Dallas, so I don't really have to worry about it. But I know that, like, out of market, you got a much better chance of being able to see it in the 3:30 slot rather than the 12 o'clock slot. The 12 o'clock slot, that's when the majority of the games happen. And so you really have a better chance of not being able to see the Cowboy game if it's in the 12 o'clock slot and you're out of market. If you're in the 3:30 slot, most of those are going to be America's Game of the Week. Okay. That's enough of that.
As he's up across the 39-yard line, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, who led the nation in rushing 2 years ago.
Haters probably think this is a win, so no fun. Yeah, I ain't seen my buddy Eastside Harold. He didn't do his weekly come in at the start of the game and talk trash and then leave. I didn't see him at the end of the Chargers game. All day to throw. Diggs got beat there. Darnold overthrew that. You're not going to get bailed out by the quarterback like that every play.
Falcons head coach and certainly Seattle defensive coordinator won a Super Bowl with them.
We're 6th in rushing, but we're 31st against the pass.
Getting turnovers.
It all starts with
Basically we got Diggs and that's it back there in the secondary. And I know we got guys hurt, Donovan Wilson, you know, and stuff like that. We're gonna be getting guys back. But
They've come under a lot of heat the last few years. Dan Quinn's been doing it at a high level for a long time.
you're gonna run into a situation where teams are gonna start just not even trying to run it against us, and they're just gonna pass the whole time. Even though the Panthers are doing a pretty nice job running the ball right now, even without Christian McCaffrey.
I love that they're still staying committed to the run. Watch the fullback here. He's going to lead. Chuba Hubbard's going to get right behind him. Again, really well blocked. We saw it on the other side with Dallas in their run game. It's nothing complicated. It's zone run, get hats on hats, and let running backs find and run to daylight.
Hubbard checks out Royce Freeman in the game. Now they're going to use all three backs today without McCaffrey on the fake. Pressure, Darnold in trouble, slings out to do a one-handed catch. Gets by the Diggs.
Oh, wow.
For an all-around. Darnold was in trouble, got it to Moore.
Diggs just got stiff-armed to hell.
Play before they go zone. We talked about it going to the right. Now, this is what being effective in the run does. Watch DJ Moore. He's going to come across the entire formation. Hard action right. DJ comes across out the back door. They call that a hide route. You come behind.
I would actually be very surprised if this was a blowout.
Very hard.
I think we're going to win, but I think it's going to be close. I'd be surprised if it was a blowout. Carolina's undefeated, and they got a lot of people doubting them, talking about they ain't played nobody. And they seen what Dallas has done this year. And I guarantee you, they circled this game. And they knew, okay, we 3-0, people not respecting us. We go in there and beat Dallas. If they hung with the champs like they did, and they beat the Chargers like they did, we go in there and beat them. Maybe we'll start getting some respect. This is their statement game, basically. So they're not going to just lay down and take an L East.
That's a rarity the last couple years. So has Philadelphia.
I'll lose all respect that I have for them.
In the first quarter. That was Freeman in motion. Darnold back to throw. Sends it over the middle of Moore, who gets balled and still on his feet. And he's up. Moore sitting high.
Wow.
And spinning out of bounds inside the 10. My goodness, DJ Moore, how did he do it?
People ask why has Robbie Anderson been a little slow? Why has he got a lot of targets? Because he's got DJ Moore. They've developed an unbelievable chemistry, but listen, this has nothing to do with the play. This is just
did the defense come out of the locker room? Did you guys see?
Moore is as good, if not the best run after catch wide receiver.
Wow.
Contact. Look at him stay up. He doesn't.
Ain't got no kind of defense right now. And I've been praising them. I've been high on our defense. But they are just, it don't matter if they run it, it don't matter if they pass it. They just trashing us.
Really dynamic guy with the ball in his hand. 29-yard gain, first and goal now for the Panthers. As Darnold on the give to Hubbard. That time he spotted left. No gain for Hubbard and ran into a Cowboys brick.
We need a turnover.
Justin Hamilton, Randy Gregory were there. Well, you bring up an interesting point, right? Everyone's like, well, where's
defense getting hung out to dry right now?
He's a very good player, but DJ Moore has been awesome. Like, it's hard to argue with that result, correct?
It is, and I get a little skittish anytime I hear them say, we got to get this guy involved. We got to get the ball here. When your quarterback's playing well and your offense is playing well, you don't want to force anything on your quarterback. You want to allow him to play with the player's mind, go through his progressions, and not feel like he needs to force the ball. The targets will come to Robbie. He's too good of a player. But right now, DJ Moore, he's hot.
Second and goal. Darnold pressure up the middle, gets out, throws it to Moore.
That's touchdown. Oh, no. He ain't
Waiting for a signal. Looks like he stepped out a little short.
Wolf Hunter came all the way across the field to make that happen. People been kind of hard on Wolf Hunter last couple of years, but it's amazing what competition can do. Michael Parsons get in there, showing everybody else up as a damn rookie, and now all of a sudden Wolf Hunter's playing a lot better. Jalen Smith's playing a lot better. Isn't it amazing what competition can do? Bring out the best in everybody. Quarterback just walked in untouched. You cannot let that happen.
Who would have ever thought that Sam Darnold would be the red zone running threat of this Panthers?
So what we got? Is this going to end up being a shootout?
4 rushing touchdowns. They've come on QB draws. That was a speed option. Sam Darnold is running speed option. Watch. He's running. He sees the lane.
It's exactly what I just said, Joey Jackson. Completely agree.
Really creative use of his athleticism in the red zone for a guy that's not really thought of highly as a runner.
So both teams go 3 and out the first time, and then drive down the field, score a touchdown the second time.
That'd be a heck of a prop. That
would be something else on Fox Bet.
You'd be killing it.
Extra point, attempt to tie it. It's up and good from Gonzalez. So, after the Cowboys go down the field, the Panthers answer. DJ Moore, the big play, absorbing the hit from Parsons.
It would be just classic NFL. It's a game that a lot of people was expecting to be somewhat of a defensive struggle. And it ends up being a damn shootout.
Oh, sister of mine, I got you this. The new iPhone 13 Pro. It's on Verizon 5G. I can't believe you got me this. Yes, Verizon is giving one to everyone when they trade their older damaged phone. Oh, so like every sister can get this. Yeah, every aluminum siding installed. Why not? Every doula. They would have to. Every customer, new and old, can get iPhone 13 Pro on us. Because everyone deserves better. Everyone, horse trainers, manicurists, you get the new iPhone. We're alone. I know.
Panthers just sucked the air out of that stadium.
Cool office.
Yeah.
They just did whatever the hell they wanted to do on that.
I love it. Hey, but let's talk about the lower level. Follow me.
Whoa, okay. Ambient lighting. Get recommendations for free from a Best Buy home expert. You've always loved Vicks Vapors, and now you'll really love new Vicks Vapo Stick. It goes on clear and dries quickly. No mess. Just soothing Vicks Vapors for the whole family. Introducing new Vicks Vapo Stick.
Come on, let's get this workout started.
I don't know what that defense was, but they clearly need a lot of power to those boys. Because that is just not acceptable. We couldn't stop a damn thing on that drive. Not the run, not the pass, nothing. And Sam Darnold's had his way with Dallas before. Let's not forget a couple of years ago, whenever we were playing the Jets.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
And we lost. I was mad as hell at that game. I was so mad at that game. I did a video at halftime to Rick. I don't hardly ever do that. And when I do a halftime video, it's almost never a good thing. It's almost always a bad thing.
ALDS begins Thursday on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Keep it real meals only at Burger King.
Man, I was so mad.
Well, it was a pretty impressive answer by the Panthers.
Oh,
after the
my
Cowboys
goodness.
rolled down the field on their second drive. Elliott with a touchdown. Carolina does the same. Big play, 29-yard hookup to DJ Moore, set up first to goal, and then Darnold runs it in for the touchdown. We are all square.
Get them straight, Quinn. Get them straight, DQ.
Now see the Cowboys offense
Power, let
take
that
the field
go.
for their third time. And you touched on this at the very beginning. You know, what makes them so good is their ability to do anything they want. So on that last drive,
Get them going, Dak.
down your throat. So what's Carolina do defensively?
Yeah, I just can't stress enough how uncommon that is, right? To be able to have that high-level productive passing game, but then be able to just flip your cap around based on what the defense tries to take away. And we can just right at you play after play. There's not a lot of teams across the NFL that have that versatility. Dallas is at the top of the road.
This is interesting. Cooper's back on the field for Dallas, shadowed by Henderson. And that's incomplete. They go the other way. That time it's Dante Jackson knocking it away from CeeDee Lamb. But so Mark Cooper, Pam told us, had a hamstring. He checks back in right there. And then Greg first snaps for C.J. Henderson, and he was running, shadowing.
We can't be having Amari Cooper get hurt.
Matt Rule aside, I said, hey, tell me a little bit about Henderson. He said, listen.
Cedric Wilson has done good stepping in for Michael Gallup, and Noah Brown's done good in the times that he's been in here. But I think asking Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown to go full time, you're asking a lot.
On second down, pressure coming. Prescott gets with it. That's completion.
Dalton Schultz. Oh, there's wow.
Let's see. And the signal is Carolina football. Ryan Burns is a guy who forced the fumble. And let's see if he indeed was down, Schultz. And sure looks like he's
Yeah, he was down. He was down.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. When his knee hits the ground, you'll see Sean Chandler gets his hand in. It looks like his right knee is down before Chandler punches it out. The crowd is reacting as such as they see it on this.
Yeah, he was down, but you got to take better care of the football.
That's now remember, the ruling on the field was turnover. This is a great shot. Let's see. He still got it after that hit. He's down. I don't think there's any doubt after looking at that replay again right there.
Yes.
Now they've been, Greg should point out,
but
they've
again,
been very strict, staying with the calls in the field.
The inconsistency of the officials just calling basically whatever the hell they want. He's clearly down, but don't be surprised at all if they come back and say the ball stands
before the ball starts moving. But as you said, they've tried to stick with the call in the field. They've tried to stick with the call in the field as long as possible. We're going to take a look at it now.
All right, so they'll put this in review. We'll take a break while they do. See what happens here. Potential turnover.
I think they're going to hang on to the ball, but damn it, Schultz, you got to take better care of the football.
We can change that.
That's one thing we've been good about this year is not putting the ball on the turf.
We can wear it longer.
We wear it longer, we can buy less.
When we buy less, we can waste less.
And when we waste less, we can change for good.
Do your best and learn from failure. One day, you know, it takes a little more time. Just know it always starts with a spark, a light in the dark, a beat in your heart. I wake up.
We gotta get together, man.
Tonight, I'll be.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far. Zeke ran right down their throat on the second drive.
That's very personal. Thanks, boss. I mean, that's between
our defense.
Hey, you show my food.
Our defense couldn't have stopped a group of high school cheerleaders on Carolina's second drive.
Ready to do this?
The Big Leap has audiences waiting.
I do trust our offense in the shootout. I do, despite Schultz just putting the ball on the turf. But I would rather not have to go that route. That's one thing that's plagued us in the past is we didn't really have a defense, and our offense knew going in, well, we just don't have to outscore everybody else. And you lose a lot of games that way. And our defense has been much better, much improved this year, especially against the run. We went from giving up 160 a game, that's completely unacceptable, completely unacceptable. Last year to 6th in rushing this year.
After reviewing the play, the runner's knee was down at the 37-yard line.
Hey, you got one right. Look at that. Toast to the referee. Finally got a call right.
Yeah, we checked with our rules expert, Dean Blandino in LA, and he agreed that the runner Schultz was down, so that's the right call. Dallas gets first down on a 12-yard completion.
Our defensive old reared their ugly head on Carolina's last drive. So DQ need to nip that in the bud right now. Right now. And after what I just saw from the defense last drive, it's imperative that we go down and get a touchdown right now.
Cowboys moved. Panthers showed blitz. It got them a little bit.
Number 88, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's on CD Lamb. That'll move it back.
You see Sean Chandler trying to time his blitz.
Yeah, just that little flinch.
Ball.
CD's only in his second year, though. I can't be super critical of him. This is stuff that he's going to clean up and get better at as he progresses in his career.
Gets swallowed after a couple of yards. Brian Burns all over him.
Terrence Steele pushing the foul.
or check back in with Carissa Dobson.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I wasn't the only one who had a bad week last week. Justin Fields did. Looking to rebound here. Hands off to David Montgomery, who scores from 9 yards out with second of the day. Bears had just one offensive touchdown.
They better win. They're playing the Lions.
Today at 14.
I mean, if you can't beat Detroit, then.
Jeremy Chin with the stick. And let's see who came up with it.
That was a huge hit there by Chin. I thought Shaq Thompson was going to pick this. Look at him trying to undercut this route. But now watch the hit, Jeremy Chin. He lifts him off the ground.
Now again, was he down again?
Tells him that angle.
They're running forward progress stop. What is going on with Schultz? That's the second fumble on this drive. What is going on with Dalton Schultz? Somebody tell me.
That play is going to stand regardless of what you think about it.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, you cannot review forward progress unless you're talking about the
hold on to the damn ball.
So in that particular play, it has no relevance. But I guess if you look at it too, I think he was.
Everybody been really high on Dalton Schultz, and rightfully so. It appears to be a breakout year for him. And I was on the record and I said I prefer him to like Jarwin.
Let's watch the whole thing
again. Yeah, you're gonna start putting the ball on the ground like that.
That's a textbook tackle.
How is that forward progress? Oh, the ball is loose right there.
Ball is definitely loose on contact.
Yeah, that wasn't forward progress at all, and the ball was clearly out. But they rolled forward progress, and you can't review forward progress.
Yeah, that ball's out the second he hits him. That's a clear fumble.
You got lucky there.
Look at that. That's a great angle by our crew. Let's bring in Dean Blandino here. Dean, I'm curious about the forward progress call there. Take us through the mechanics, what you're seeing.
Yeah, what the officials are looking at, they have the receiver with control being driven back. That would be progress. As you can see from our replays, the instant that Schultz is hit, the ball comes loose. It's not forward progress. But unfortunately for Carolina, this is not reviewable, and that's what they're telling Coach Rule now. You can't challenge this.
Yeah, that is a big break. So it'd be crazy, right? Schultz nearly fumbles on one play. They rule correctly that his knee was down, and there they get a big break. It's a bad call. As Dean told you, not forward progress. That should have been Carolina ball. Dallas, see if they can convert on a 3rd and 2 as Pollard in the game on Tampa.
I don't know what's going on right now, but I am not liking what I'm seeing so far.
He's not going to get there. Shaq Thompson flew through the hole and got some help.
Why is Tony Pollard in the game on 3rd and 2?
Shaq Thompson is playing at an elite
3rd and 2, you hand that to Zeke.
He sees the line.
Zeke is the power back. Tony Pollard is the slash. I praise Kevin Moore a lot for the way that he's called games. I don't know what he's doing.
Wow. That's filling a hole. It's a great play by Shaq.
Now, if it's Zeke, does the same thing happen to Zeke? Maybe. You can't say for sure. But you don't put Tony Pollard and try to do a power run on 3rd and 2.
See him try to react late.
Nothing at all against Pollard, but that's not his style. That's Zeke's style.
Meanwhile, while we showed you the replays, Hassan Reddick was slow to get off. He did walk up under his own power.
So now, any Carolina fans, any Cowboy haters, I don't want to see anybody talking about. We're going for it. Okay. Hold that thought real quick.
That's a long one, right? That's probably closer to 2. You almost wonder they're going to try to get him to jump.
We'll find out. Odell going for it. Prescott has time. Birds coming out. Gets away. Prescott looking over. He's down the more. Still going. Prescott cruises inside the 35. Just what he told us he would.
Tell you what, our offensive line ain't working so hard in pass protection today. Been praising them too. Everything that we've been praising everybody in all these units all year, they're not looking good today.
Step 2 of the play is where guys like Dak Prescott just kill you. You have a great coverage. You have everything.
Offensive line has not been very good in pass protection. Zeke has been like the lone bright spot today. Defense is not look good. Schultz putting the ball on the ground.
That should take us through the first quarter. It's been fun.
As long as he's smart about it and he gets down and gets out of bounds, you're going to have times where you're going to need that from your quarterback, and I don't want to see him getting hit unnecessarily, but as long as he's smart about it, he gets down or gets out of bounds.
And won't get that chance. So, just what Dak Prescott said, I don't know how much I want to run anymore. His legs have got them going here today, 7-7 after one.
I need somebody to tell me what's wrong with Dalton Schultz, though, like, for real, for real.
Just for the start of leaving.
Stay there right now. That was about
number 360 smart bed tracks my heart rate and breathing.
that scramble that Dak just did. That was about the third time today or the fourth time today that I've seen him have to break out of a sack within like a second or 2 seconds of getting the ball.
Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Only from Sleep Number.
I see. We got to be careful with this. If this lion keeps blocking like this in pass protection, you're going to be asleep because he's going to get knocked the hell out.
I see the moon.
Then you can do that commercial for real.
Me and you. I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. Of the rainbows, pretty in the sky, also faces go by. I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world.
We start the second quarter from Arlington, Texas. Good one so far. The undefeated Panthers and the Cowboys. 7-7 game. Dak Prescott using his legs a lot in this one.
This, again, the Panthers defense is giving up 45 rushing yards a game coming into today. We got 92 in the first quarter. We got 56 on our second drive. In one drive, we got more rushing yards than they've given up in a game all year. And in the first quarter, we got double what they've allowed in a game all year.
Comes off, little chatter. Now it looks like a go route. Now they say you pull the string back.
Just some chicken soup for your soul there.
On time. That ball is out of his
Just something to chew on. For everybody who said that Zeke is washed up and he ain't got it no more. That drive was all Zeke.
That's a good ball. Only the second receiver to catch a catch for Dallas. Carolina's only had one receiver catching it so far, too, DJ Moore.
Touchdown. Yeah, Blake Jarwin in the game now. Dalton Schultz don't scare them. He's scaring me too. You put the ball on the ground once, I'm going to be watching you closely. You put the ball on the ground twice on the same drive. No, we're not doing that.
Watch this switch release here. You see Jarwin go outside. That causes the rub. Chin has to play over the top. It's just a little wide choice.
I can see the comments now. Oh, Dallas got the ball. And it was a fumble, and they should have never had the ball still.
By the time he comes back underneath Jarwin, he can really look.
But those same people, they don't want to talk about the missed PI that didn't get called against Tampa or any of the countless other times Dallas has been screwed on the other end of that.
When you think about Jarwin,
They only want to point it out when it benefits Dallas. If it hurts Dallas, oh, that's just football. You can't get mad. You had other opportunities. But the Panthers lose this game, especially if they lose by a touchdown, they're going to go all the way back to the first quarter when that play happened.
So for him, you know that's got to feel good. And now after the penalty,
What's up, Alfonso? Good to see you.
You get 2 points by just getting 1 yard. That's really, I like this by Mike McCarthy.
Mike is aggressive. We went for it on 4th down twice in that Eagles game. The first one was that touchdown for Dak that Dak got in, and they tried to say he didn't, which he clearly did. And then the second one was the pass to I almost said C.D. Wilson, Cedric Wilson in the back of the end zone. Wow. Mike McCarthy is aggressive. That's something that we did not see nearly enough of with Jason Garrett. But when they put you in that kind of position,
He extends the ball, but did his knee touch first? So he's clearly not in. I think he is in.
I think the nose of the ball was over that line.
Just has to break the line. I think he's in. Dallas up by 8.
They give you a freebie like that, you get 2 points by getting a yard. Yeah, you gotta make them pay for those types of mistakes. And if Jason Garrett was here, I guarantee you we would have still kicked the extra point. It's nice to have. Say whatever you want about Mike McCarthy, and I know people rag on him, and he's got his clock management stuff and all of that. But it's good to have a coach with some balls for once. I'll tell you that right now. It's good to have a coach that don't coach scared. Mike McCarthy is coaching to win these games. He's not just trying to not lose.
Are you crazy? The time behind the chainsaws.
If you're in a horror movie, you make
Just like Steve Sarkisian yesterday with the Longhorns. It was 4th and goal from the 1. We're up by 12 against TCU. We get that. We're up by 19. The game's basically over. And he went for it. We didn't get it. And some people criticize him for it, but you kick a field goal there, it's 15. That's still only a 2-possession game. You really didn't profit anything. And he was trying to believe in his guys. We'll go up 3 scores, and we'll go for the kill shot right now. Unfortunately, it didn't work. But that's the type of coaching that I like, and that's the type of coaching that I respect. Steve Sarkisian yesterday, Mike McCarthy today. You can't call a game just trying not to lose the game. You got to go and try to actually win the game.
We took the truck that helped build this country and made it so it can power our homes. We took the vehicles businesses used to keep the lights on.
I am
and made them run on the same thing that
like so stressed right now.
We took the original 0 to 60 head turner.
And I shouldn't be because we're up. But
we took the familiar.
What I've seen from our defense, offensive line, not really pass protection.
It's so shocking, it will leave you speechless. I don't know what to say.
Dalton Schultz putting the ball on the ground. I mean,
want to tackle your fitness? Hey,
I'm nervous for our defense to come back out after what we did. After what they did last time.
This is with Dalton Schultz on the 2-point right there. He's not. And then if we get forward one small frame, I mean, it's so ridiculously close. Quite honestly, I don't know if he's there.
I don't either.
But it is good.
I think he's in by a millimeter.
And, we looked at this a million times, frame by frame. Dean Blandino, I mean, this is crazy close. I'm guessing so close that they.
And he even put the ball on the ground there.
With this margin of error.
Which, I mean, there, he's trying to score.
Something clear and obvious. It's literally one frame. Is the calf down and then the knee. It's so close. I think he's short, but is that obvious enough to overturn? And I think that's where ultimately you want to stay with the call.
Yeah, that's been kind of the trend this year, right, Dean? I mean, if there's any doubt at all, just leave the call alone, essentially.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, Dean, appreciate that. There you go. So think about this, Riddell. Think about this drive, Craig. They had a turnover. Remember the call that didn't go Carolina's way? It should have been their ball. They got that going their favor. 4th and 2, huge play. Dak runs for 21. So an eventful drive. And
after the field of play, the runner's knee was down short of the goal line. Therefore, the try is no good. We also have a 5-yard penalty for the 12-yard defense that will be enforced on the kickoff.
Wow, very interesting. So they did say that he was short. Now, they said the 12th penalty enforced on the kickoff. They enforced it on the try.
Right, because that's why they got the attempt from the 1-yard line. So I think he's wrong because there's.
Yeah. All right.
I think he just mixed up the announcement.
I'm not going to be someone to nail Mike McCarthy to a cross. Like I said, that's the type of coaching you want. I don't want a scared coach. I want a coach who's like a shark who smells blood in the water. Okay, you want to get us 5 extra yards? You want to put us on the 1-yard line on the try? All right, bet. I'll just go get these 2 points. And you're not going to get those 2 points every time. You're not going to get it on 4th and 1 every time. But you got to go out there. You got to send your guys out there believing that you're going to get it. Not, oh, what if we don't get it? And then everybody's going to say something to you. Then what people say to you. Don't try to win the game.
That certainly helps when you're not down by 30 every time. I mean, all of these things come together. And, you talked to him the other day in our great feature on the pregame show. We'll get to that in a second. On first down, as Chuba Hubbard starts in the backfield. And we get penalty flag.
False start.
False start. Offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So what was your impression sitting down with Sam on that feature that ran?
He just felt like he was at peace. I got the notion that he was just really comfortable in this system. He was really comfortable playing for this organization. I think he views it as really a fresh start. And I get that, right? At any point in a guy's career, things don't go your way, get off to a tough start. Sometimes change of scenery is all you need. And so far, that's been the case for Sam Darnold.
Yeah. He's fit quite well. 1st and 15 after the penalty.
All right, defense. We need a better outing this time.
Pressure coming in struggle, and then gets up to Hubbard, who gets covered. Man, there's some hitting in this game. Anthony Brown off the tackle there.
He feels the pressure just enough. He does a great job sliding up in the pocket. He kind of does an Aaron Rodgers where both his feet are off the ground. Nice job, but what a tackle. We've seen the secondary of both teams be really physical. So Jeremy Chin on the last drive forced the almost fumble. These guys are playing hard.
Second down, 4-man rush. Gregory coming on the rush, going deep for Robbie Anderson. Makes the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Gregory's going to have to come out for a play. His helmet came off.
Near the quarterback, so hang on. Darnold might have taken a shot from Gregory.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense, number 75. After 53 goals, we play second down.
Instead, it's on Irving, the left tackle.
Yeah, you'll see Irving here gets his hands on the back of his helmet and he just rips Gregory's helmet off. That's pretty clear and obvious for the officials.
Hard to not call it when the helmet gets ripped off. Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for Carolina, in keeping with Darnold, I thought he had an interesting thing to say there. He said, I didn't talk to anybody when we got him because I wanted to form my own opinions. So the Cowboys have declined the penalty there. Instead of 2nd and long, it's going to be a 3rd and 12.
It's another aggressive move by Mike McCarthy. You decline the 2nd and long, you take 3rd, and it's still 3rd and long, but it would have been 2nd and longer. And you decline it, you take 3rd and 12. Trust your defense to get off the field.
in coverage here. Darnold goes over the middle. Anderson in traffic, has it for a first down. So they decline the penalty, and it comes back to Burnham there as Carolina picks up the first.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that decision, right? You give them 3rd and 12, well, not, routine in any sense, and then they went just a real soft 3-man rush. They drop 8. Robbie Anderson does a great job just finding the void. I think I accept that personal foul face mask call, push them back, make it 2nd and a mile, and say I got 2 downs to get off the field. But credit to Carolina.
If it's me, I'm accepting that penalty. But
keep it alive.
I'll go back to the ground on top of the near side. And trouble and Gary J-Ron Curse.
Curse is really.
And Hubbard goes backwards.
I really like J-Ron Curse.
Curse is playing with a Texas chip on his shoulder.
In the box. He's got contained, right? So he's the D-gap element of this defense. He's jumped off. He kind of went unnoticed last year for the Jets. Came over here this year in his first year in this Dan Quinn defense. He's 6'4", he's long, he's physical. I really like him.
Yeah, he was a former special teams captain with the Vikings. Last year, first time to really get on the field as a defensive player a lot, and now he's thriving under Dan Quinn. Fake to Smith. Darnold stepping up, going deep, and incomplete. Double coverage there. As he tried to get it to Tommy Tremble, the rookie.
All right, defense, get out the field. Let's go.
And you see Curse again going stride for stride with the tight end. They feel really good about Tommy Tremble. Last week, you mentioned it at the top of the show. They added C.J. Henderson from Jacksonville. In that trade, Jacksonville said, we're not doing this trade unless you give us Dan Arnold. The reason they were willing to give up Dan Arnold, they're really high on Tommy Tremble, the rookie tight end. He's got some skills that they think they can use as he continues to get more opportunities.
3rd and 11. P.J. Moore lined up against Trayvon Diggs at the top of your screen. That's a fun matchup. Right there. Darnold, pressure, steps away, looking around.
Wow, you're going to let him run for it.
So both
Another
quarterbacks using their legs. Darnold has a TD on the ground, and that time he's got 14.
Another 3rd and long, another conversion.
Anytime you play man coverage, right, no one's eyes on. But watch Cam Irving. We said he had the penalty earlier. Watch him redirect this stunt. He distorts the defense. He distorts the rush. That's the rush lane that Sam Darnold sees. Man coverage. Everyone has their back to the quarterback. He sees space, and he goes.
And Curse slow to come off the field here. And you see good news, he's walking under his own power. Didn't see what happened to him on the play. So each of the quarterbacks in this game, right, their legs have been almost effective as their arms so far.
We need a turnover. I do not like this at all. Carolina is just going to do whatever the hell they want. Other than that first drive.
Left side has some room to leap in the air. So inside.
You don't do that. Don't do that.
Another game break. Let's go back to Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Aaron. Giants Saints scoreless in the second, missing Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton today, but they do have John Ross, who holds it in. 52-yard touchdown from Daniel Jones. Giants up in this one, 7-0.
If the Giants beat the Saints, I'm literally, even though the Giants are terrible. They're in our division. The Giants are in our division, but the Giants are terrible.
10.5 to play first half. Freeman has it for a first down, so staying on the ground is Carolina. So you're talking about Parsons. We've seen him a lot as an edge rusher last couple of weeks. Dan Quinn said, this week maybe more of a traditional linebacker will rush him in key spots. He's been, as you noted, I haven't really seen him rushing at all. Maybe a snap or two. But there is a connection here with these two. We'll get to it after this. Anderson in motion on the fake. Darnold rolls out, swings it back to Anderson, breaks the tackle. Anderson still going inside the 35. And that could have been a big loss, but he got away from Malik Hooker. And he picked up 5. So anyway, going back to the story, Parsons Coming to Penn State, Joe Brady was an assistant at Penn State at the time. So Parsons comes in and says, you know, I'd like to play wide receiver at this camp.
And Penn State says, all right, I guess, sure, you're kind of a defense player. Joe Brady said he was far
Dan Quinn, you need to get in somebody's ear
They just couldn't believe that this kid was
because
a pass rusher, kind of hybrid defensive player. And then
I understand they're undefeated, but this is ridiculous.
He said he's a phenomenal athlete. Some pretty interesting backstory there.
Really is. Second down and 4, playing linebacker the Cowboys.
Other than that first drive when you got them 3 and out, they've literally done every single thing they want.
Man, is he good. Good hands by Moore working against Diggs to move the chains.
Yeah, Diggs just kind of splashed early in the year. He's got a lot of picks, 6 through his first 15 games. I don't think Carolina's going to shy away. They feel if Diggs is going to mirror DJ Moore, they feel like they can still win that matchup against what's become one of the premier defensive backs in the league in Diggs. Moore's got great balance. He's strong. We talked earlier about his run after catch. There's nothing really in his game that he doesn't do well.
The 11th play of this Donald on the fake. Late pressure coming in. Stays alive. It's running. Play Smith. Penalty flag down. First down inside the 15. How did he stay up? Golston was all over him. So let's see what the penalty is now.
Holding. Defense number 7. This penalty is declined. The result of the play. First down.
Watching these quarterbacks is a blast. I mean, neither guy is really known as the scrambler and the great athlete, but I mean, that's a sack. And next thing you know, it's a huge chunk play out of the backfield. We've seen Sam Darnold impact the game with both his legs, his arm, on the move, in the packet, just like we had through the first 4 games of the year. Both these guys are playing really, really good football.
And Darnold had the big run on 3rd down, just like Zach did on the last drive to drive home your point.
We need a turnover, y'all. That's your specialty.
Pressure coming, set up the screen. They've got some room, not anymore. Jalen Smith says, no way that's working. Nice play by the Cowboys middle linebacker.
Yeah, try to get the tight end screen there to Ian Thomas. They were just a little off. So much of the timing here is when you see that when Moten releases and Miller releases, Ian Thomas has to be a little more inside those numbers. They call it a train track. We're going to run up the inside. You see, they're trying to kick them out. The path there is inside edge of the numbers because that's where your offensive linemen are trying to clear the way.
Train got derailed apparently on that one.
Yeah, going off the tracks a little bit.
2nd and 9. Darnold, quarterback run. They took it inside.
Wow.
This is unbelievable.
2 rushing touchdowns by the quarterback.
Sam Darnold, a rushing machine. 2 on the ground today, 5 on the year, and we're tied.
Look, so when they motion the back out of the backfield,
I don't even know what to say right now. I'm at a loss for words.
Leaves, he faced Micah Parsons chases the back.
And the way I'm talking, you would think that it's a tie game right now. You would think we was getting our ass kicked.
And if they leave everyone out of the box and he has numbers, it's a designed quarterback draw.
That was a monster drive. 13 plays. Darnold picked up the first down earlier with his legs on the big run, and there runs in his 2nd touchdown of the game. His league leading 5th of the year. So the Panthers say, yeah, 3-0's for real. We'll show you. They take the lead with an extra point. Good one here.
I told y'all at the beginning of the game, this is the Panthers statement game. They're gonna come out swinging because all they've heard all week and all year is, oh, y'all ain't played nobody. Y'all ain't played nobody. Y'all ain't played nobody. And I guarantee you, they're like, all right, bet. We going to Dallas. Let's see what happens.
F-150 hybrid. The 2021 F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 570 pound-feet of torque. And
so tired of seeing everybody
pounds of max available towing.
all over everywhere talking about the Cowboys was going to blow them out. Why?
Viewed by 100 million people. My work helps save lives. My work is now platinum.
Defense is not looking anything at all like they've looked all year.
My work gives people hope.
Other than the passing game, I mean, we're used to getting 30. We're 6th against the run, but we're 31st against the pass.
Your career to the next level
one of our many open positions.
But usually we just been really good at once they get down there, we get turnovers. Or we hold them to field goal. Today we not doing that. Today we not doing that. And
I thought you were going to talk about
Dalton Schultz putting the ball on the ground.
Because when you get the new iPhone at T-Mobile,
Dak having to evade pressure and scramble. The offensive line is not holding up in pass protection. And everything that we've been praising everybody for all year, they're not doing it today.
Get it on us now and upgrade every 2 years forever. Only T-Mobile.
You can stay in this dream forever with Lil Nas X. Enough about me. Let's talk about Lex. But there's one delicious reason to wave a perfect dream farewell. It's Jimmy you waiting for you to be toasted breakfast burritos only at Taco Bell.
Coming for a soccer ball? Leave a part of the team. What we value most shouldn't cost more.
not scaring me.
Today's game is sponsored by the only 2021 Ford F-150. Toughest market only be called F-150.
Big scoring drive by Sam Darnold. 13 plays, 75 yards. He had a huge pick of a first down with his legs, and then he runs in his second touchdown of the day. And a beauty of a play design, which Greg will show you right after the kick. And the Panthers lead the Cowboys 14-13. Midway through this second quarter. Greg, so show us why that play works.
So this is really a quarterback draw with a pass option. Once Royce Freeman leaves the
box,
you're going to see him motion out. Darnold's going to look.
At this point, I don't even know.
He's got 5 blockers and he's got 5 men.
What I'm supposed to say.
4.5. Micah Parsons gives a lot of attention.
We got no answers for nothing that they're doing.
To turn it from a swing screen to a quarterback.
And we're very fortunate that we're only down 1. Because we should not have retained the ball on that fumble. The second time they're going. The first one. Yeah, that's PI all day. The first one Dalton Schultz put down, they correctly ruled that he was down. The second one was clearly a fumble, but they had ruled forward progress, and that's not reviewable.
The official just thinks Dante Jackson gets to CeeDee Lamb just a half count early. See him kind of wrap his right arm around his waist right in front of the official.
Here's Elliott. Right side, not much. Got an injury update. Let's go downstairs to Pam.
Hey there, Kevin. Panthers linebacker Hassan Reddick. He remains on the sideline from his
Panthers
team.
have tightened up their rush defense after that second drive where Zeke just ran all over him.
Although I did observe the medical staff working on Reddick's right shoulder, testing the strength in that arm.
Interesting. Yeah, he's been in and out of the game. Right now, 2 linebackers on the field for Carolina. So his position not out there. Prescott being pressured, sets up a screen, blocking for Schultz.
You hold on to that ball, Schultz. I'd rather you go down after 5 yards than fight for 15 and freaking put it down. There's a Panther band on the field.
Jack Thompson in his 7th year. Greg is a teammate of yours. He's their best defensive player. Let's see what happened. Number 7.
They have this screen set up really well. We talked about the landmark on the Panthers, but Shaq just blows it up. I don't know exactly what happened. Not exactly sure. It's hard to tell exactly what happened, KB. You just got to hope that Shaq Thompson can get up and it's nothing too serious.
That's always good to see. After a guy stays down for a while and you fear the worst, and then he gets up and walks off under some power.
So good. I'll give you a little idea as he gets up here.
Last week against Houston,
that don't necessarily mean that
came in a 4-play sequence. The way
he's coming back.
Pick stunt, he's getting the center off the twisting Frankie Louvu to get the quarterback off his spot.
Football aside, whatever team you're a fan of, you don't want to see nobody get hurt out there. Unless you're just a field.
His explosiveness and his quickness. All those plays came in the fourth quarter last week on Thursday. It closed that
like when I was at the Cowboys game, I almost fought this guy on Monday night. There was some Eagle fan behind me. Every time Dak got the ball, there was some Eagles fan behind me. Hurt that bitch. Hurt that bitch.
Some block by Noah Brown will allow that play to work, and it's a first down for Dallas.
And the timing of the block, KB, if he does that block a second earlier, it's pass interference. But you can see he times this almost perfectly, a little early, but in live action, it seemed like the block and the catch happened simultaneously. The official obviously let it go.
First down, they will run it to Elliott, who motors on it to midfield, picks up 6 yards on that play. And that'll put Dallas up at the 100-yard mark rushing on the day. Elliott's got a touchdown today, 48 yards on the ground. Had a big game last week against Philly, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. 5 minutes to go in this first half. CJ Anderson back out there this time against Lamb. They're going to run it anyway, and good tackle. Big old Derek Brown, #1 draft pick last year on the stop.
Something interesting about CJ Anderson, the Panthers feel like if they can keep him on their boundary, meaning lining up on defense on their sideline, it allows their coaches to coach him, give him some of the techniques, give him some of the calls. It's only been here a few days.
Third down. Pressure on Prescott. Throws. No one home. Tried to get it to Jarwin. Jackson was the closest defender. And now 4th and 3. And it looks like they're going to go for it again. So you're telling me they're literally yelling directions out to Henderson?
They are, and they just feel like because he hasn't been here very long.
Mike McCarthy don't trust our defense right now.
Coverages. We're in cover 3. We're in cover 2.
I can't personally say I particularly blame him.
Basic calls. He might not know the exact verbiage. He might not know the exact coverage, but he's a good enough player. He's a talented enough player that they think they can kind of coach him through.
Oh, I guess they changed their mind. They said he was going for it.
Not to go this time on 4th and 3. They will punt it away. Erickson, fair catch call. Does so inside the 10. So, 4:19 to go in this first half. Sam Darnold, couple rushing touchdowns. Got a 1-point game.
Need our defense to step up right now.
Every game is a mind game. Distract. Too tight. No. That's all in your head. Train your mind. Train the game. Because your only limits are the ones you put on yourself.
At Burger King, we've banned 120 artificial ingredients from our food. They keep it real. Wow, man. That's why we dropped Kraft Superstar Nelly. Wait, what? I chose the real you, Cornell Haynes Jr., to create your own custom meal. How much they paying you for this? So the Cornell Haynes Jr. meal. Food so real, it's Cornell's, not Nelly's.
I got you this. The new iPhone 13 Pro? Just for me? Well, actually, Verizon's giving one to everyone when they trade in their older damaged phone. So every sister can get this. Every customer, new and old, can get iPhone 13 Pro on us. Plus up to $500 when you switch.
Today, let's paint with New Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead. Pour your wine on.
What?
It's also scuff resistant.
Introducing Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at Home Depot.
I don't know, guys.
This one's for an NFL fan who thinks this year will be our year. Every year.
I'm kind of nervous right now.
Almost enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
This is really the first time this year that I've been nervous, and I wasn't nervous going into the game. Against Tampa, it wasn't nervousness, it was excitement. I believed that we could win that game. I believed that we were going to show people what we were really about. Now, we didn't win the game, but we did show people what we were really about. I wasn't nervous against the Chargers. I damn sure wasn't nervous against the Eagles. And I wasn't nervous when this one started. But what we've seen so far, I'm nervous right now, y'all. If we continue like this, we might lose this game.
In Minnesota, and the Eagles hoping to bounce back against the Chiefs. It's all coming up in a flash on the Verizon halftime.
Like that, Kurt. Look forward to seeing you guys at the half in 4:19. Both quarterbacks today, what are they doing? See the numbers, rushing yards been a big factor because each quarterback on their scoring drives has had big runs. Certainly Darnold with 2 touchdown runs. That's been a big portion of it. And the owner's looking on. David Tepper on the left for the Panthers. Jerry Jones for the Cowboys on the right. Good game so far. Carolina by 1 and getting absolutely smoked.
There you go.
There's a penalty that comes in from the secondary too, as Odigizua was there on the tackle. Now let's see what the penalty is. Carolina might be moving back a couple yards here.
Hold it. Offense, number 67. The penalty decline. Second down.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still a lot of games to go. I'm not saying we're gonna lose, but we need to correct a lot of mistakes and we need to tighten a lot of things up. If we continue playing the way that we have been, especially on the defense, it's might not be a good result for us. And they hadn't done anything so far in this game other than that 3-and-out on the first drive to show me that they can.
To the 15-yard line. It'll be about 3rd down and 4.
Stand tall, defense. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Goes through his progression quick, realizes nothing's really open downfield. Get the ball off to DJ Moore. Put yourself in 3rd, 4, 3rd, and 5. Not every play has to be a highlight, right? That's the art of playing quarterback that gets lost in the highlights that we all want to see our guys make. Sometimes those plays like there, if they lead to a 3rd down conversion, are hidden wins within the game.
Carolina 3 of 4 on 3rd down so far this afternoon. Looking at Robbie Anderson, throws behind him.
3 of 4 on 3rd down, and 2 of those were 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 12. And now they're 4 or 5 on 3rd down. Unacceptable. You got to get off the field on 3rd down, especially 3rd and over 10.
What this tells Sam Darnold is it's zone coverage. The way they try to pass this off because nobody runs with him, Curse can't, they call it banjo. He can't bump out to that widest receiver in time. Really good play design there, setting the formation with emotion.
You'll see the way I'm pacing, right? When I get nervous, I pace.
Here's Hubbard. Dances his way across the 24-short game of the game break. Let's go back to Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Saints trailing 7-0 on the winless Giants here. Jameis Winston connects with Juwan Johnson for a 15-yard score. We are all tied at 7.
All right, interesting game there. Winston's been.
How about the Giants giving the Saints a game?
For Drew Brees. And Sam Darnold has been all up, really no doubt.
The Giants suck so bad, I can't even hate them anymore. It's not even fun. It's not even fun to hate them anymore. I start hating on the Giants, I just feel bad. Feel like they're picking on a little kid.
Innovation usually looks something like this. But what if it didn't? What if it looked like a family truck that powers a family home? What if it looked like an ordinary drive made extraordinary? Or what if it looked like a 118-year-old company that puts in the work so that everything just works?
Want to go? Let's go.
What if we change what innovation looks like? From floating around in your own personal space capsule up here to what we can build for all Americans down here.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today. I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly. Easy.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
New brisket at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guac. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
Thursday Night Football on Fox. Matthew Stafford and the Rams take on the dangerous Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. And here we go. Rams, Seahawks, Thursday Night Football on Fox. On Network and streaming on Prime.
That'd be a good one.
Pizza Hut delivers. How bad do you want it? In Jacksonville, after Jaguars returner Jamal Agnew caught a missed field goal, he wanted it so bad, he followed blocks by Josh Allen and Laurenti McRae for a 109-yard return for a touchdown. Only the third such play in history. If you want the hot, delicious taste of Pizza Hut delivered, all you have to do is go to pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
That graphic is amazing. I mean, first quarterback with 5 rushing touchdowns, first 4 games ever. If I were to take a guess, I would either said Lamar Jackson or the guy that you played with for so many years, Cam Newton.
Yeah, these Panther fans, they've seen some quarterback rushes over the years, but Sam Darnold, I'll tell you, you can't be anything but impressed with how he's playing.
And Panthers get the ball to start the third quarter. So if they score right now, Gregory got his second sack. Let's go.
Some of the other pressures, we talked about scheme and whatnot. Gregory just straight up winning a one-on-one matchup. Just relentless. He starts up the field. Cameron Irving kind of sets too deep. He comes underneath. They teach the defensive ends, Kevin, when they get to the quarterback's depth, it's time to stop. We got to come back underneath the blocker to get in the face of the quarterback. It's exactly what you see Randy Gregory does. They call it a retrace. Cameron Irvin just didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah, it allows Dallas to call their first time out. So
3rd and 14.
With plenty of time if they get a hold here. For Gregory, his first 2 sacks of the year. Brings up a 3rd and 14. I wonder if we see Michael Parsons rushing the passer here. It doesn't look like it. He's still in the middle of that defense. Here he is, number 11.
That's a good point. I haven't seen Michael on the edge at all.
Here's back to pass. Gets it out to Thomas. Long way to go. Not going to get there. And he goes out of bounds.
I think they're saying he was in. So they will use a timeout. Ian Thomas was really dangerously close. If he goes out of bounds there, he stops the clock under 2 minutes. But I think they ruled him that he got tackled in. Very interesting. Last week, Mike McCarthy came under fire a little bit there at the end of the first half against Philly. He decided not to try to extend the first half. He decided to just get the ball, kneel on it, and go in for the half. You see him here, a lot more aggressive, call timeout. Now the last 2 plays, he's going to give Dak the ball with plenty of time, 1 timeout remaining. Try to put a little 2-minute drive here before the half.
Well, it's really interesting, right? I mean, they won the game going away, but he took a lot of flack for that call. Said he just liked the way his defense was playing. Maybe not as much in this game. And remember, Carolina gets the ball after the half, too. Giving his team plenty of time to operate here. On 4th and 5, they'll punt it away. I'm going to call fair catch. Kick by Charlton way up there in the stratosphere. As it'll be Dallas ball, 1:40 to go. We take this break, short break from Columbia. Let's hear from them.
This goes.
All right, Dak, give me 6.
But this gold means you're a champion of warmth. Because Omni Heat Infinity uses thousands of gold dots to reflect more of your body heat. Our gold beats gold. Omni Heat Infinity from Columbia, the gold standard in warmth.
We are back 14-13. Dallas, 1:40 to go in the half. Good news for Carolina. See number 7, Shaq Thompson. Hassan Reddick is back in the game, so 2 of the best defensive players are back in. But a lot of time for Dallas. 1 timeout left. 1 in the half.
You see some of those pressure looks we talked about earlier.
So they come with a blitz. Prescott sees it, gets it to Cooper. Cooper, the Coop chance. 20.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. This ain't college. Clock don't stop on first down.
He's unblocked. Dak feels it, gets the ball out of his hand for a big chunk play. Great job there by Dak, sensing that pressure off the slot.
Hurry up.
You see Carolina, they got guys walked up by Chuck's getting out of the pressure. You see him signaling, getting them into more of a coverage look.
Just a four-man rush instead. Prescott throws it way over the head of Elliott. Matt Rule called it. Nice job, Coach. Drop the play sheet and get that one up. So it's a lot of talking there before the snap.
There was, and I think all that talk blew the coverage. I think Chin is supposed to carry the tight end. They end up with two. Look, he's wide open. So they checked from a pressure look to more of a two-high safety zone look. No one carried the vertical number 3 receiver in that case, Dalton Schultz. Carolina dodged the bullet there, that ended up going to the boundary.
We said Coach Rule he actually got an assist, but okay. We'll count it as a close. What's coming? Prescott. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Zeke's kept Dak from getting his head knocked off the shoulders a couple times today.
Phil Snow, he's going back to what they know best, which is their pressure package. You can see him. He's bringing linebackers. He's bringing guys.
He's trying to run Zeke out of Dallas.
He's dropping defensive linemen. You see Brian Burns there drop into coverage. I think that's the formula that this defense wants to find.
It's Phil Snow in the middle of your screen. It's a 3rd down and 10. Dallas obviously on the field goal range.
See all these bodies up here, Kevin. Some are going to pressure, some are going to drop.
They're all going to come. Prescott gets his, he throws incomplete. The pressure works again as Phil Snow dials up another blitz. And now Carolina with all 3 timeouts here.
We may have gave them an extra possession.
You see all these bodies up.
I mean, we did give them
an extra really hard. But Franklin again comes unblocked. We've seen it now twice in that possession. The one time they got away with it, he got the ball out to Cooper early. That time the pressure definitely affected his throw. And now here you are. You got 3 timeouts. Carolina's getting the ball just under a minute. And see how aggressive they are now trying to get a 2-minute drive to try to go steal some points.
So the Panthers D holds. Here's Erickson. A fair catch this one right around the 10. So Panthers with all their timeouts. Sam Darnold, I know you talked to him for the pregame feature. Are you impressed with what you're seeing on the field?
You can't watch this game and not come away extremely impressed, not only with the throw, not only with the accuracy, but really what's caught our eye today is when he's decided to run both by design and kind of improv, he's showing us that.
It's a long game. We're coming up on an hour and 40 minutes already, and it's not even halftime yet.
Dak Prescott, but Sam Darnold, he's answering the bell today and playing really well.
And now you said, see how aggressive they are, backed up just outside their own 10, 48 seconds to go, but all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, typically you want to get 1 first down before you go to hurry up offense. You want to go incomplete.
Arnold pressure coming, he tries. He had a lot of time, but finally had to get rid of it. The 3rd set of the day, that time it's Terrell Thatcher who got home. And now, timeout is called by Dallas.
You'd expect Carolina better than throwing it incomplete there. Take the sack, back up on your own 5-yard line. You probably expect it now. Dallas has no timeouts. Handoff. Let's go into the half with the lead. If they would have gotten a chunk play there and gotten a first down or gotten moved, you would have seen Carolina go into a little more of an up-tempo.
I'm not sure the point of the timeout there. That was our last one.
For 2-minute drives.
They're not going to. They're not going to try to do anything now.
The Panthers have to be careful here. Dallas has no timeouts left. It's just not turn it over if you're Carolina. Freeman's in the backfield. Give it to him. Up the middle, dancing, gets out of the hole. Back near the 10-yard line. I'm assuming that will run out the
Gonna be halftime.
Something to keep in mind when we come out of the break, Kevin. This Dallas defensive line now has really started to impose their will a little bit. They've gotten after Darnold a couple times. He's broken through on a scramble, but they're starting to get home now more often than not. Let's see what answers Carolina has up front in the second half.
And Carolina will get the ball to start the second half, too. Keep that in mind as we take it to the end of the first. Good game here in Texas, where the undefeated Panthers have a 1-point edge advantage over the Cowboys, 14-13 on the strength of 2. Sam Darnold running touchdown. Kurt Terry Howie.
All right, I'll be right back, yo.
Coming up, and then we'll see you for the third quarter in just a few.
This Big News Saturday on Fox. It's a massive top 5 showdown. The kickoff crew is live from Iowa City before Maryland takes on number 11 Ohio State. Then playoff contenders collide as Sean Clifford, number 4 Penn State, leads number 5 Iowa. It's a huge Big News Saturday doubleheader on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
My name's Evelyn, and I live in Plano, Texas. One of my main memories of my husband was when we had first met. He always drove trucks. We enjoyed those times where he would pick me up and we would go all day driving and we would talk all the time. He was so easygoing and you could talk to him about whatever. That was part of him being unique in that way.
I mean, when I think of my dad, I just think funny, selfless, and like a huge, huge smile. Like you see his picture and he's smiling, you can just hear him laugh.
Being someone that was very healthy, COVID ate him up. He ended up with renal failure, lung failures, heart issues. COVID doesn't respect age, gender, race, nothing. It does not care. So Milton passed June 29th. That was on a Tuesday, around 5:23 p.m.
People who have lost their battle to COVID, they're not just names. They're people who have families, stories. Have respect for those people and just get your vaccine.
Might look real nice here in the store, but there's going to be a time real soon when this gear will be put to the test. It's going to get beat up, and it's going to get you closer to that moment you've been waiting for all year. Because no matter how the hunt goes or where it finds you, for over 119 years, our Shields experts have been right there with you.
I gotta get more ice.
Good day.
Gotta get my refill of my DP.
Welcome to the Verizon Halftime. 5G built right from the network more people rely on.
Welcome to the Verizon Halftime. Up in second highlights for you. Why don't we start with the Giants and Saints?
Please, Lord, no hard names to pronounce. James Winston, quarterback for the Saints, back. Look, stiff, great pass protection. Down the middle, wide open. Juwan Johnson, corner to the outside, safety to the inside. Just look it up. He did. 15-yard touchdown. Giants 7. Saints 7 at the half. Line Bears. Justin Fields getting the start. His first start of his rookie career. First
at home, second overall.
Yeah. David Montgomery. Here's what you do. Hand that ball off to this guy. Hard running David Montgomery. Dependable running back. 14-0 over the Lions. The Bears are. Let's go on to the Washington football team. At the Atlanta Falcons. That's Matt Ryan warming up. Set up in the flat. Dump it off to Cordell Patterson. 1-yard touchdown. Second touchdown for Patterson. Atlanta 17. Washington 13 at the half. Browns at the Vikings. Baker Mayfield. Out of the iron nose motion, turn around, hand it off, find me a hole. That's what Kareem Hunt does. In from 1 yard out. 11-7. Cleveland on top of Minnesota. Patrick Mahomes, my wife's favorite quarterback. Kansas City Chiefs are favorite. TV tosses it to Elair for a 1-yard score. Second time we've seen this run this year. I believe the first time they did this, it was to the tie again. 21-13.
Wow.
Chiefs on the road on top of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles are only down 21-13 to KC.
Got a lot of money in the bank. But right, pull it back over the middle. There he is. Dawson Knox, 25-yard touchdown. Buffalo 16, Houston nothing. Nice game. Good quarterback. Titans at the Jets. Zach Wilson, number 1 pick for the Jets in this year's draft at quarterback out of BYU under ball handling. Give it to Michael Carter, 2-yard touchdown, but it's Tennessee 9. Jets 7. Halftime score. Colts at the Dolphins. Carson Wentz. There he is. We're just showing you this picture. He doesn't do anything. We just showed you the picture. And then Jonathan Baylor takes it 23 yards, Michael. Hell, Michael.
Hey,
touchdown, 7-3 Colts.
On top of the Dolphins. This is only week 4. But Michael, we talked about Lamar Jackson. We talked about Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson. The guy who leads the entire league in rushing touchdowns is a quarterback for Carolina, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you took my note, Kurt.
Huh?
That's your book.
Sorry.
I appreciate that.
Sorry.
You know, sometimes you got to let your friends steal things to make them look smarter than they are. But that's okay. I'll give it to you. But you know, in all seriousness, though, we all know.
Oh, I hate halftime so much. I'm ready for the third quarter.
The Carolina Panthers opened up a lot of eyes. Here is Sam Darnold, 29-yard pass to DJ Moore, a very tough run after the catch. And here, I mean,
sorry about the yawn, and I'm not bored. I promise. I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. So.
You didn't realize how athletic this guy was. And here on the nice 11-yard touchdown run, like you said, he leads the league in rushing touchdowns. We never would have thought. But this is a testament to how great of a job this coaching staff has done, because this team, no one expected this out of them to be this tough. It should be 14-7 if the officials didn't get that fumble call earlier wrong. Yeah. But I don't understand instant replay. They said, well, if you're going to eliminate human error, then why have you instant replay only on certain points to eliminate human error? If you're going to have instant replay, use it all the time.
Yeah, and there are all those rumors around Carolina in the offseason about Deshaun Watson. They're looking to acquire him. Maybe they found their quarterback, and certainly this defense. Shaq Thompson, Jeremy Chin, you talked about the hit on Schultz, which we thought was a fumble, but for progress impeded, you can't replay that. And then Dallas's decision to opt out of the 1 penalty and also go for 2 was, I don't know, that got me.
Both teams are hitting hard out there, I'll tell you that. And Carolina doing it without Christian McCaffrey. Keep that in mind. Hey, also keep in mind that Thursday Night Football comes to Fox this week for the first time this season. It's the Rams and the Seahawks. Our coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific. But another half coming your way from Dallas. Sam Darnold, 2 rushing touchdowns. His second is our Verizon play of the first half.
Verizon has been named the best network in America for the 7th year in a row, proving once again that there's only one best network.
It's no bull. We're still TV's #1 show in prime time. Now a new wild card is bringing the heat. 5 days, but these party animals are ready to roar.
Basically,
They are getting wild. It will leave you speechless. I don't know.
Defense stepped it up there at the end of the half.
All new Wednesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
They had a couple of drives where Carolina did whatever the hell they wanted.
Choose free electricity on weekends, nights, or your 2 highest use days.
But yeah, it should be 14-7, maybe 21-7. Maybe Carolina scores if they actually get the ball on that play.
Accidents on our roadways every year. Thomas J. Henry handles serious company vehicle accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Call today. Thomas J. Henry is available 24/7, nights and weekends.
911, all new tomorrow on Fox.
I battled through the anxiety and depression for about 3 years. Keep fighting. Keep going. Because as dark as it gets, I promise you, there's somebody out there in your life that loves you and that will support you and will help you get out of that situation.
Yeah! WWE and Fox present the definitive list of the top 10 kings to ever rule the WWE ring.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
It's WWE King of the Ring Countdown. Today, following the State Farm postgame on Fox.
I want to see a 3-and-out from this defense on Carolina's first drive of the third quarter. I don't want no messing around. I don't want to mince words. They need to come out and set the tone in the second half. Like I said, they finished the first half strong, but still giving up some big plays. There were, like I said, there was a couple of drives for Carolina where they were just doing basically whatever they wanted.
And if it tries, that's what our lineup of exceptionally capable, available all-wheel drive SUVs is for. After all, we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Get 0% APR for up to 60 months or 1,000 customer cash on the purchase of a new 2022 Sportage. When you're a certified management accountant,
I want to hire you. I want to hire you.
CEOs will do whatever it takes to get you on their team because they know the value of people who turn information into insights. CMA, it makes all the difference.
Feeling lost. Help?
Do it, move.
Put yourself out there.
It's okay to be lost. It's time to find your next Chevy truck.
These commercials are so long, y'all.
Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,750 total value on this Silverado Texas edition. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
See you in the morning.
I witnessed firsthand the impact of COVID-19, but some of the effects have yet to be felt.
At the height of the pandemic, some cancer screenings declined by 90%.
The fear of COVID overshadowed the fear of cancer, especially in underserved communities.
Now, doctors are diagnosing later stage cancers, which could have been detected much sooner.
Early detection gave my mother a chance.
Gave me a chance.
Gave me a chance 2 times.
Talk to your doctor about getting screened.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. As the Panthers up by 1 at the half, we get set to start this third quarter here. And Sam Darnold coming on out with the Panthers 3-0 on the year. We welcome you to the booth. Greg Olson, Kevin.
All right, back to business.
Carolina 3-0. Their defense number 1 in the league, but a new test today. So how are they doing?
I think they've held up pretty well so far. I think both defense at this point. I think they're both thinking in halftime, we got to get our first takeaway, right? We got to change the scope of this game. But I think both defenses have to go into the first half feeling like they've held up pretty well.
Yeah, both quarterbacks, too, playing a good game. And the legs coming into it. Darnold, 5 rushing touchdowns.
I'm sure what Greg Olson's looking at. Yeah,
we know how good of an
our defense finished that half strong, but
both of them have impacted this game.
Before the end of the half, Carolina was 4 out of 5 on third downs.
No question.
2 of those were 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 12.
It's been a 70-yard drive and then
That's just not acceptable.
75-yard drive. So the offense is
you can't accept that and make excuses.
field in a good game.
And I don't think Dan Quinn is going to.
Carolina will receive it. And let's start on 25. Let's go down to the sideline.
Hoping they get a little fire in the
I
halftime.
asked Mike McCarthy, first of all, about the offense. When he thought of the group, how do you get them kick-started into another gear? He said, first of all, this is going to be a pressure game, and we have to understand that. He said we can afford to protect Dak Prescott a little bit better. Defensively, where Sam Darnold is concerned, he said we gave up those 3rd and 1s, and it really hurt us. He also used
I agree with you 100%, Bones. This is the type of game that Dallas usually loses. So we'll find out a lot about this team. A lot more about this team. You found out a lot about them already this year.
And he's going to have a 9-yard game. We have a penalty flag, too. But, Pam, go ahead and finish your thought here. And, you know what, hang on. Let's just see. It looks like this is going to be coming back. But let's confirm. They're going to talk it over.
Holding offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, one thing about Matt Rule, he told me we knew that there was going to be a flurry to start this game. We just knew we had to withstand it. He believes they did. Sam Darnold, he's very, very pleased with his play. Let me tell you something about Matt Rule. He comes out very, very relaxed, laughing and joking with his players, and they hit the field.
I mean, look at they're playing well, especially if Dallas scored that opening touchdown. It's kind of like they answered and settled the game, Greg. You know, that's how it felt to me. After the penalty, move it on back, 1st and 13. Darnold over the middle, good catch, right in stride. First down, turns it upfield. DJ Moore still going inside the 40. Oh, what a beauty to Moore in stride for 39 yards.
We just don't got no answers. Defensively, we have no answers.
With a little TE stunt, he's too late.
Mike almost got home.
Great job hitting DJ Moore in stride. It was man coverage. Javon Diggs got kind of mixed up there in the middle of the field, running around one of the other offensive players of Carolina, but you can see just how explosive DJ Moore is with the ball in his hands. He turns into a running back once he catches the ball.
99 yards on the game for Moore. Here's Anderson on the jet sweep, looking to get to the edge. And Anderson going to pick up 4 yards for Trayvon Diggs, knocks him down.
Yeah, something I thought was interesting that Pam said about Mark Rule coming out, being a little more relaxed. The energy around the Panthers practice facility, maybe compared to last year in year one and year two, so many guys I've talked to there say they can sense a more relaxed Matt Rule. He seems a lot more comfortable that his system is in place. Maybe last year he's really trying to make a statement, changing things from the past regime. They said he's a lot more comfortable, a lot more relaxed atmosphere. And I think that's a big reason why his team's playing so much better this year.
Second and 7. Now late blitz, Darnold sees it, flings it incomplete. He was looking for
KZ almost got it,
but could not complete it on a 3rd and 7 now. Well, listen, on that point,
let's go defense. Get off the field.
If your Carolina career essentially ended when he
came another 3rd down. You got to figure out how to get off the field.
This is a young team.
And he knew for his ability to kind of put his stamp on this organization, you talked about how much respect he has for Ron Rivera and the success of the past regime. But he needed to get guys like me out of there and got some of the older, more established guys. He needed his guys to implement his system. And I can't say I blame him. It's obviously worked thus far.
He's got 6 Temple players, 3 players from Baylor playing for him. 3rd and down, blitz, Darnold floats it incomplete. He got hit and because
Darnold almost got sacked again.
DJ Moore. And Jaron Curse came in hot on the blitz.
Yeah,
good defense that time, y'all.
This Dallas defensive line, and you see all these bodies up. They come, they twist, they stunt. You see Micah Parsons is coming. They're bringing the whole crew. They can really rush the passer. They're starting to get home. They're starting to knock Sam Darnold down. Right before half, we said, Kevin, let's keep an eye on that. It seems like they're starting to break through.
54-yard.
He came at a great time there on 3rd down.
54-yard field goal.
54-yard field goal to Sam Gonzalez. His career long is 56. Lifts it up, and it is hooking. It is no good. And that'll give the Cowboys really good field position. So Gonzalez can't connect from 54. And now it's stacked, and the Cowboys will take over down by 1 here in the 3rd.
They're nice but irritating. Their excitement can get grating. They're just for pastry baby.
Now we got to go down and score.
They're helpful but annoying. They always leave us snoring. Accidents are boring with the Progressive family.
So, when do you all go home? Never. We're here for you 24/7. How terrifying.
Protection's so good, it's scary. The Addams Family too, now playing everywhere.
America! After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera. Like everyone that worked from home, learned a new hobby, or welcomed a new family member.
They were all dogs, so.
Our deals are for everyone. everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including the epic iPhone 13 Pro on us.
Every road has its challenges.
Yeah, we need to score, Joey Jackson.
At Honda, we engineer
Touchdown, not field goal.
fake obstacles to overcome difficult conditions. We engineer them for drivers who are determined to power through, just like you are. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Passport, Pilot, and CR-V.
Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar is here. Because to make new flavors, we have to go above and beyond. Unlike some places. Wendy's put cheddar on the bun? What do we got?
Sesame seeds.
Yes, seeds! Try Wendy's new Big Bacon Cheddar today. Dale.
FS1 is your home for the American League play. The ALDS begins Thursday on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, and motorcycle insurance.
Cowboys take over good field position after the missed field goal, long one by Gonzalez.
All right, touchdown. At least we ain't turned it over. Technically, we did turn it over, but officially we didn't.
Even through the first 3 weeks, especially today, it seems like Zeke Elliott has kind of got his legs back. He looks faster. He looks more nimble. Shaq Thompson tries to run through that little subtle shift, and then he's back up into the void in the defense. That's a great jump cut. He looks fast. He looks quick. These last couple weeks, I feel like he's really starting to get his legs under him.
We go jungle formation here. The government is an extra tight ends. Elliott again, patiently running back here. And the other thing is, he's also dominated the snaps. You wonder with he and Pollard. Pollard had that big week too. It's been all Zeke for the most part today.
Yeah, don't think that all that, those stories that come out about Pollard needs more reps. Don't think Zeke doesn't realize that. This is a prideful guy who's run for a lot of yards. Guys like him, they take that stuff personal. And he says, no, when I'm back there, he's running. You saw him that last one. Not really blocked that well. You feel like you do a good job. Next thing you know, it's 2nd and 5.
Elliott again, right side. Elliott runs into Carter and still goes forward. I think for a first down. I mean, he was stopped 3 yards before the marker by Carter, but he kept on going.
This dude is a monster, man. Even still now.
He can run with speed and quickness. We saw the jump cut on the first run.
Straight up running through guys.
Right through Jermaine Carter. See a lot of guys stripping at the ball. Zeke has his history of fumbling, but you got to get that big guy down on the ground first.
Now Elliott,
It's our first Tony Pollard sighting of the second half.
4 for 16 on the ground today. It's coming. It's picked up. Prescott going for
See if he's in here. 1, 2. Yeah, he's clearly in.
Official right there, right on it.
Great footwork. You see they got C.J. Henderson. He's just signed this week, out playing man-to-man against one of the elite wide receivers. Great ball placement by Dak. They call that dropping it in the bucket. I mean, he couldn't walk out there and hand him that ball in a better spot. It's nice to see Amari Cooper early in the game.
That kid throw deep.
Back in, he did, and seems like that hamstring's just fine.
second touchdown pass of the day for Prescott. That was a beauty. 35 yards to Cooper, and the Cowboys jump in front of their opening possession of the third. Dak dropping a dime, and Dallas jumps back in the lead, make it 20-14.
There's a new team in the NFL.
One that plays for home. Everyone's home. Whether you're a rookie,
or a seasoned pro.
This team has your back. We can help you tackle any project.
We're the Lowe's home team, and anyone can be on it.
Are you in?
Try out for the Lowe's home team today.
Experian boosted my score by 13 points. I was able to refinance my car, and I have a lower.
Oh, the hell is my Xbox controller get over here?
What's up?
So I actually boosted my credit score 20 points using Experian Boost. Experian Boost helped us get a lower APR and save money on our new baby friendly car. Thank you so much, Experian, for boosting my credit score. 800 club.
Dak Dimes, I like that.
Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you? Boost your credit scores instantly, free. Download the Experian app now.
You didn't do anything wrong. Just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now,
all right, defense.
Let's go. Tonight, I'll be eating a hot dog with grilled onions and fries. THAHAS. Thanks. Let me get a fry. Sure. One more.
Global clothing consumption has doubled in the last 15 years. We can change that.
When we make better, we can buy better. When we buy better, we can wear longer.
We wear longer, we can buy less.
When we buy less, we can waste less.
And when we waste less, we can change for good.
America has discovered fall's best new show.
So a little drama, huh?
The Big League, all new tomorrow, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu. Today's game is sponsored by Lowe's, official home improvement sponsor of the NFL.
Third touchdown catch of the year for Amari Cooper, and boy, was that a beauty. 35 yards, perfectly thrown, gets in the end zone, beats C.J. Henderson. And Amari at home has usually done pretty well. If you look at his career with the Cowboys, he's been, for whatever reason, much better production here at home. Remember, it was missed field goal, got good field position, and Prescott and the Cowboys deliver. But there was a lot of nuance to that play, too, Freddie.
It was. So we talked. C.J. Henderson ends up in one-on-one coverage, but how it ended up that way is Amari Cooper motions across. That bumps C.J. Henderson from, instead of just matching up in his zone against the tight end, he finds himself. The double move, the slight weave by Amari Cooper is what settles his feet, and now it just becomes a track meet down the sideline. It's not bad coverage. It's a great throw, a great catch. Like I said, that ball is dropped literally in the bucket of Amari Cooper.
Yeah, you couldn't throw it any better than that.
Design, great execution.
The Panthers answer with Hubbard. Again, Chuba Hubbard playing today. The injury to Christian McCaffrey in week 3 against Houston with a hamstring. Good news for McCaffrey is they didn't put him on IR, so they're hoping it's only a week or 2 injury. I know you spoke with him before the game. He's here.
I did. I got to visit.
Well, if we don't win by more than a touchdown, then the haters are going to be crying all the way back from the first quarter with that fumble that the Panthers didn't get, which I'll admit they should have got it.
They didn't put him on IR, and things suggest that they feel like he's going to be back, hopefully sooner than later. And when he does come back, he can stay back.
Defense. That is dangerous.
Thanks, Kevin. Falcons trailing 3rd and 13. Matt Ryan connects with Cordero Patterson for this 14-yard score. Cordero's third of the day, 2-point conversion, no good. Falcons up 23-19. Kevin?
It looks like a team has finally figured out how to use him on offense. He's having a big year.
He has. We saw him a couple weeks ago. He looks very comfortable playing that hybrid running back, wide receiver type role. Here.
3rd down defense. Let's go. Another sack. Osa Digizua and yep.
You can sense this D-line here in Dallas is starting to feel. Look at Micah Parsons.
Our pass rush is starting to feel themselves a little bit. We didn't sack Brady at all. We sacked Justin Herbert, I think, twice. One of those was
he has done a really good job changing the culture of this.
The in the grass call, which I didn't agree with. Michael Parsons got credit for that. And we got home a few times against Philly, and we've already, what was that, 4 sacks today? 5 on top of those count. If you can start getting your pass rush to get home, then you can afford to have a suspect secondary. You'd rather not have a suspect secondary, but that helps those guys out a lot if your pass rushers can get home. Or at least get early penetration and put pressure on the quarterback and force him to throw it before he wants to. It's not all about sacks. I've been saying that sacks look nice on the stat sheet, and they're nice in the game too. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's just about putting pressure on the quarterback. Just making him feel you, making him throw before he wants to, making the throw be off. Even if you're not getting sacks, you can still affect the game. But now the sacks are starting to come too.
Just want to start.
Coming for a soccer ball?
Dak is not just a leader of this team, he's the leader of this team.
Shouldn't cost more.
We go as Dak goes, and everybody knows that. So, with that being said, let's see what Dak does. Let's see what type of drive Kellen Moore calls. Let's see if we can go down and score him. Put a 2-touchdown separation.
The 2 sides of the same coin. 2 very different sides.
Tuesday.
That will never be for sale. I'm aware of your little opportunity claim. Honey, we're blood.
Critics are raving about our kind of people. Where she work?
I don't know. Daddy's little princess is gonna have to share the throne.
This series has it all. Our kind of people. All new Tuesday at 9 on Fox.
Well, this defense getting a big stop there. 3 and out after the Cowboys go the touchdown to Amari Cooper, and their ball up by 6. And Sam Darnold.
One thing this team has lacked in recent years is heart. I feel like we're getting closer to a team that doesn't want to give up, and it's nice. Completely agree. I said that in my preview video. Great minds think alike, Joey Jackson.
Up by 6, 9:10 to go in the third. Now let's see if this Panthers #1 defense can hold the forts. Prescott to throw. The fake has CeeDee Lamb, who's been quiet today, and Lamb has his first catch of the day. So you talked about Dak Prescott's perfect throw last time. One of the beauties here is they hired a coach in Mike McCarthy who didn't touch the offense.
Continuity, that's the word that gets thrown around here in Dallas. Mike McCarthy has a big history of play calling, Super Bowl winner, and as the head coach, also play caller in Green Bay. He came in and said, Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott, we cannot disrupt that relationship. I believe in them. I trust them.
Yeah, Kellen Moore, when Mike McCarthy came here, he cleaned house. Everybody was gone. He brought in all new guys. Kellen Moore was the one guy on the staff that was still here from the old crew before Mike McCarthy got here. And we're seeing why. We've been seeing why all year. He just continues to call masterful games. The chess master every game all year. Even though we lost Tampa, but I did. Okay. I know it's not a touchdown. But I'm just. If that's Tony Pollard, that was a touchdown. Oh, Zeke ain't got it no more. Zeke washed up. You think he ain't heard all that? He's running with a chip on his shoulder too, and it's beautiful. How about that #1 rushing defense, y'all? 117 yards. We're halfway through the third quarter. Yo, Zeke got 117 yards on the ground, and we're halfway through the third quarter. And it's our first drive of the third quarter. Oh, wait. No, it's not. What am I saying? I'm tripping. Anyway, halfway through the third quarter, Zeke got 117 yards on the ground. I'm going to reiterate and remind y'all again, this is the #1 defense. Carolina's the #1 rushing defense in the league. They were giving up 45 yards a game before this game. On the second drive, because the first drive was 3 and out. Hold on, we going for 2. I'm going to finish that point in a minute. See if we can get it back from earlier.
Wilson in motion, fake to him. Prescott pressure really floating over there. Nope. CeeDee Lamb was the closest, but that play didn't look good from
Okay, so as I was saying, Carolina's #1 rushing defense. They were giving up 45 rushing yards a game before this game. On the second drive, because we went 3 and out the first time. On our second drive, we had 45. 56. We had 56 on the first drive. For the second drive.
I got something too.
At the end of the first quarter, we had 92.
Coastal U is where I belong.
And now, halfway through the third quarter, Zeke by himself has 117.
He was right to you. I was holding all this stuff.
Almost tripling by himself with that defense has allowed in a game.
Let me have that. Let me finish it for you. I'll finish
and we're halfway through the third quarter.
That's why you get a dad bod. It's a thing of beauty, man.
And we got more than they allowed in the first quarter in one drive.
I recommend Nature Made.
More than they allowed in the game.
I trust their quality.
In our second drive.
They were the first to be verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict
I'm just saying,
standards. Nature Made.
For everybody, you know, Zeke is washed up and he ain't got it no more. And
I'm here with my man Frank.
You know, we overpaid him. You don't pay a running back that much money.
Enjoying that award-winning USAA service for like 10 years. Anyway, he's in. Frank,
you think Zeke hasn't heard every single word of that?
And don't you think I deserve a
You think he ain't mad? He's running like he's mad.
Are your parents members? No. Then no.
Because he's seen all the experts talking about how he's washed up and he don't got it no more. And he's seen Cowboy fans talking about, you know, we need to cut Zeke loose because we got Tony.
Everything you forgot to order. Like without.
I ain't seen very much of Tony in this game, and that's because Zeke is running with the purpose.
Unlimited free delivery. Walmart Plus.
All right, now they're behind the 8 ball. So now let's see if our defense can pin their ears back a little bit. They already kind of have been.
And he hits Dalton Schultz. 3 touchdowns for Dak today. And Ezekiel Elliott back-to-back big weeks for him. 117 yards.
Can y'all tell I'm all business right now? After the way we started this game, we're making a statement right now. We faced some adversity. Defense was on their heels a little bit. There was a time in the game Carolina was there was a time in the game where Carolina was 4 out of 5 on 3rd down, and 2 of those were 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 12. Just running all over us, passing all over us, doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. And
doesn't necessarily get home.
Our defense tightened up.
Does a nice job filtering through traffic, nose on the ball.
I saw the old Cowboys defense from last year kind of surface just a little bit.
third down. He rushes the center. Matt Paradis gets Darnold off his
And they shut that down and got back to what they've been this year. And as you know what? I'm glad that happened like that because we need to face some adversity. Because if you don't face adversity, you don't know who you are.
Looks like he's obviously okay, but now 2nd and 10.
And for those of you who didn't hear the stat from earlier, Sam Darnold hasn't had to play from behind at all this year.
One thing Carolina has to do, you talked about
now he's behind 12 points. So let's dial up some pressure. He's already under pressure, even if we don't bring nobody, because he's down 12 points. So let's bring some extra guys and try to really get in his head and rattle him. To see what Dan Quinn does here.
2nd down. Donald flushed down. Looking. Can't find anyone that throws on the run. He's got a completion to Anderson, his old buddy from the Jets, who came back to get it. Now we'll see where they mark it. He's close. Maybe just a little short in the first down. I think about a half yard short.
That was a statement drive from the offense. Now we need a statement drive from the defense. We're starting to pull away. Don't turn around and give it right back to him.
And he just came right back to the sticks. Watch Robbie Anderson here. So he's kind of dead, sees his quarterback. He tries to go deep. Now watch how assertive he is coming forward. He presents a great target.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Sets up 3rd and short.
I don't think he got that.
Sam Darnold and this line did not get any push. On 3rd and 1, they do not get it.
That's a good push by our defensive front there.
They're going to go for it in their own territory.
That's desperation. There's still a lot of football left to be played, but they starting to realize they can't slow this offense down. They give the ball back to us again. They're gonna lose control of this game. So even though they're in their own territory, they're going for it.
Yeah, I like punting here. You're on your 3rd.
Oh, they say that's the 2nd time today. Coaches changed their mind. Earlier, Dallas was going to go for it on 4th and 3. They changed our mind.
This is the right move if they decide to stick with it.
Well, hold on. They got a timeout, so I'm guessing if there's a timeout,
they're going to send the offense back out there.
So now they change their mind again. They're going.
Gives us a second to tell you about Saturday. Massive top 5 showdown. Big noon doubleheader on Fox. Big noon kickoff grew live from Iowa City at 10 Eastern. Maryland and number 11 Ohio State at noon. Then at 4 Eastern, game of the weekend. Number 4 Penn State against number 5 Iowa. Wow. Huge big noon Saturday on Fox. Fox.
Did y'all see Arkansas get absolutely obliterated by
going to go for it here in their own territory.
By Georgia on Saturday?
Why not? What do we have to lose?
That's it. They got a defense in Georgia, man. Their mascot is the Dogs, and their defense is full of dogs. They've given up like 1 rushing touchdown in the last couple of years, and they've given up 1 touchdown at all year this year.
Great call. You can see they're lined up over the center again, expecting the quarterback sneak or something quick up the middle. Really good call. I'll tell you what, that takes a lot of courage there on your own 34-yard line. Good job by Joe Brady there.
It takes a lot of courage, and it also takes being scared, and it also takes not trusting your defense, which was the number 1 defense coming in, and they don't trust it. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter still, and they don't trust their defense no more. And that's all Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. But if our defense goes out there, like I said, that was a statement drive from the offense and a statement drive from the defense. We just went up 2 scores. If our defense lets them go right back down the field right off of that and make it a 1-score game again.
Yeah, I think it says a lot. I think it says a little bit about how you feel about your defense, but I think it says a lot about how you feel about your offense and the confidence that you feel. Hey, if we're going to come in on the road and win big games like this, we might have to take some chances. We might have to go outside the box right there.
We've got a turnover, at least 1 turnover every game this year.
Keep this drive alive.
See if our defense can come up with another one. Good play, Curse. That's a grown man right there.
I mean, look how many guys there are around the ball, Kevin. I mean, I feel like at some point they got to start pushing the ball downfield, kind of spread these guys out a little bit, get them off your back. The O-line's kind of under siege. They're bringing pressures.
They're down.
Off the edge. A lot of that has to do with, do they feel like you're going to push the ball?
Don't even give them an opportunity to go for it on 4th down this time. Push them back.
Look at these guys. Some might bail, some might come. And no play. Whistle blows. And we get a timeout. Carolina.
They didn't like that. He was crowding that line of scrimmage, boy. Y'all see that?
On 3rd down, and now this from Geico.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Oh, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to say,
Are you kidding me? That's got to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
switch to Geico for more ways to say.
3rd and 5 for Carolina, going the second time out on the drive. They converted the 4th and 1 of their own territory, now a big 3rd.
Interesting.
That stadium getting loud.
Joe Brady, this is 4th down territory. If you can
4 for 9. Really? We've stopped them on 5 straight 3rd downs. Or 4. They were 4 for 5, and now they're 4 for 9. That's what I said. Our defense turned it around. Trayvon got another one, y'all. 4 straight games with a pick. This dude is an animal. This dude is an animal.
They show pressure, everyone drops, and Sam Darnold he doesn't see him. He feels like he has Robbie Anderson there, and it's really the first big mistake we've seen from Sam Darnold. He steps up.
It's like a lion waiting in the grass. The gazelle didn't even see him, ran right in front of him.
Ultimate playmaker stats are just
What? Yeah, Bones. I've been calling for a turnover all game, haven't I? There's Pollard. All game I've been calling for a turnover. I knew we was going to see one. Turnovers are our identity on defense. Trayvon Diggs has an interception in 4 straight games, which ties a Dallas Cowboys record. In his 2nd season.
just have a knack for being around the ball skills, as a former receiver. Talented defensive back.
There's Pollard. And now Panthers ever needed to make a stand on defense. Here it is. Even though we're only in the 3rd quarter, you just feel this wave of momentum.
Every single drop of the momentum is with Dallas right now. We go down and get a touchdown here. I'm going to go ahead and call that ball game.
He's a safety playing what they call a robber. He's kind of a down hook curl player, which is that area of the field about over the tackle box about 10, 12 yards. He's sitting there and just robs it from coming from the other side with Robbie Anderson.
Second and 10. Blitz coming. Prescott fires.
Yes, sir. Let me find my hat. Where the hell my hat go? I'm so hyped. I threw my damn hat. No, you know what? Hell yeah, we going hat backwards. We going hat backwards right now. Long school.
Great play design. You can sense Dallas has just taken full control of this game. The crowd is loving it.
This game is over.
Kind of running away with it here.
Is it anybody who still don't believe in Dallas? Is it anybody who still thinks this team ain't really here? Is there anybody who still y'all ain't played nobody. And keep in mind, we're doing this with a third of our defense out. We're still down a lot of guys on the defensive line, including DeMarcus Lawrence and Neville Gallimore. On the offensive side, we're still waiting for Michael Gallup to come back. We're still waiting for Lyle Collins to come back. And we still don't have Kelvin Joseph in the secondary. Just bear that all in mind, and we're doing this to an undefeated team. I know the argument about, oh, they ain't played nobody. They were still undefeated. They still have the number one defense in the league, especially the number one rushing defense in the league. We're running all over them. We're doing whatever the hell we want to them. And this game right now, if it keeps going like this, it has the possibility of being worse than the Philly game. As far as the separation of the final score. That game was 41-21. It should have been 48-21, really. I just want to know where everybody's at.
For 3 generations,
everybody that I usually see
for real natural cheese.
That wants to come and talk trash.
Real, you discover the power of real. Sargento, we're real cheese people. This big news Saturday on Fox. It's a massive top 5 showdown. The kickoff crew is live from Iowa City.
There was people saying he was going to lose this game, and I guarantee you, those same people now they're going to be like, "Oh well, the Panthers were a soft 0-3. They hadn't played nobody. That was a soft number 1 defense. They hadn't played nobody." You know, the numbers were deceptive or whatever the hell they want to say. That's fine. Keep on putting us down. Keep on doubting us. Keep on saying we ain't played nobody, because every time y'all come out here and say we ain't played nobody, we do this. This is what we do. If you really hate the Cowboys, stop talking shit on them, because they hear it. They hear it, and they're starting to get mad. They're starting to get mad. What do we have to do to get people to take us serious? And every time you do it, it just gets them more and more pissed off. And they come out here and beat up on the next team, and the next team, and the next team. If you really don't like us, stop talking shit to us, because this is what you're making us do. That's all. That's all I got.
He's wide open up the seam. Spin move to avoid the free safety. Kellen Moore is in a great play calling rhythm right now. We talked about how hard it is to stop this Dallas offense. They're firing all.
Damn, I wish I was there. I couldn't leave y'all hanging 2 games in a row. I already didn't do a live on Monday because I was at the game. So
they'll stay on the ground and try and get back in this game across the 3200. Game break time. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
All right, Kevin, keeping it on the ground is Taysom Hill. Second time he's done this today, running it in for a touchdown.
Saints are starting to pull away.
From the winless Giants.
No surprise, they're clearly the better team over the Giants. Kind of the same situation as us.
Appreciate that.
They were in a close battle, but in the second half, the better team is emerging, and it's clear who the better team is, and it's the one that everybody thought was the better team going into the game. And yeah, Joey Jackson, whatever the hell was said at halftime, just keep saying that, because Anthony Brown stepping up. Okay.
And it brings up 3rd
Third
down.
and 3. Let's go. Let's get off the field again. Let's get off the field again.
You see there's a little space, what they call, he's going to undercut the route. But what he does a great job is he uses his inside arm. So in the event he misses it, you can see his right arm secure the tackle. Inside arm. Watch him undercut this. Watch his left hand. Even if he misses, the right arm allows him to secure the tackle. That's really, really well played by Anthony Brown. 3rd and 3. Blitz coming.
Trayvon, y'all. Trayvon Diggs. This man is not human. This man is not even a damn human. Oh my God.
See how flat-footed he is, and the second he feels DJ Moore put the brakes on, he's just driving. He understands the down. He understands the distance.
I'm in awe right now of Trayvon Diggs. I can't even say nothing else. I've done said everything that you could say. What do you say anymore? He's got 5 picks in 4 games, 4 straight games with at least 1, which ties the all-time record for the Cowboys. We about to just run it down your throat now. Y'all done. Y'all done, homie. We about to just run it down your throat now. False start. All right. That's fine.
But the identity of this Cowboys team this year, well, there's been a few of them, right? But I mean, this defense, which look, they were historically bad last year, so anything would have been an improvement. Well, this is the thing. They started building some momentum late, and this year they've taken it to another level.
8th straight game with 2 or more takeaways, which is the longest active streak in the NFL, and both of them today were by Diggs. I want 50. I want 50. To hell with 40. To hell. I want 50. I'm tired of all of these people not taking it serious. I'm tired of Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith's dumbass always having something to say. I want 50. I want to shut these punks up.
That may take us to the end of this quarter. What a quarter it's been for the Cowboys. 2 interceptions.
At least 40.
20 points, 3 touchdown passes.
And I don't want them to get another score. Not even a field goal either.
5 interceptions in 4 weeks. Is that good?
I think that's good. Okay. I just looked it up. I think
that means now we got 10 takeaways this year.
You just see the old receiver ball skills. He didn't catch it clean. There was some bobbling. There was some fighting. Him and DJ.
We're going to run another play.
Looks like they're going to hurry up here.
We smell blood now. We're going to run another play for the quarter ends. We don't even have to.
Just needed a yard. I think he got it.
He got it. But he don't even play.
See where the spot is. Know this at the end of the third where Dallas took over this game. Now have a 33-14 lead after 3.
There's something in the
You know, I might be getting just a little bit ahead of myself, but I'm going to say this anyway. I've had a lot of people ask me over the years, why do people hate the Cowboys so much? Why do people troll them so much? And there's always this double standard. Like, if something happens with the Cowboys and then the same thing happens with another team, people react completely different. And if another team gets a lot of penalties and basically beats themselves, then everybody makes excuses for them. But if the Cowboys do it, then, people don't act like that. People just act like it ain't even happened. Or if another team got a whole bunch of injuries, people feel bad for them. They got all these guys hurt, and just wait, they'll be back. And if the Cowboys have a lot of injuries, it's all, next man up. Even though the next man up was literally at the bus stop yesterday, that's where we got him from.
We think if they shouldn't be in your house, they shouldn't be on your Wi-Fi.
And why? Why does everybody hate the Cowboys? Troll the Cowboys? There's this double standard going on. You know why? Because these people are still traumatized, even today.
Company vehicles cause serious and deadly accidents on our
because of
roads
just
every year.
all the hell
Accident with a company car
that the Cowboys put their teams through in the 90s.
fleet vehicle is not just another car.
Still today, they're traumatized by that, and they don't ever want the Cowboys to ever be that team again.
Vehicle accident cases and get serious results for injured clients. Call today. Thomas J. Henry is available 24/7, nights and weekends.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna upset a lot of people. It's gonna upset some Cowboy fans.
In Texas, there's only one way to say.
Oh no, you jinxing them. This is the closest thing that I've ever seen to those 90s teams. It's not just because we're winning games, it's the way we're winning games. And sooner or later, we do this enough, and people won't have to stop talking.
Today's Cowboys game sponsored
Because it's like I said,
whatever it is in Texas, we say it with Shiner.
all these haters, they say that they don't like us. It's your fault that this is happening. I know that they say they don't. Oh, we don't pay attention to social media. We don't listen to the outside noise. BS, yes, they do, because they're people. Zeke has heard everybody talking about he's washed up. We need to get him out of Dallas because we got Tony. Dak has heard what people have said about him. Amari Cooper's heard what people say about him.
This was a Carolina 1-point lead at the half. What happened? It just feels like a big uppercut.
Yeah, it just ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw collectively. The defense of Dallas making turnovers and getting the ball back, and their offense really being able to do whatever they want both out in the ground.
Fourth down here, they're going to go for it. Or at least give the appearance they're going to go for it. There's a challenge flag on the other side of the field. Is Mike McCarthy going to challenge a spot from the last Elliott run?
It's challenging the rule of the field. And the run was down short of the line today.
We're up by 20 in the fourth quarter, and Mike McCarthy is challenging a first down spot.
Doesn't think he'll need that.
That's the type of coach I want. I want a coach that's going to go for two if the other team does something stupid and put you on the 1-yard line for the attempt. I want a coach that's going to go for it on fourth down. I want a coach that's not scared.
They're all looking up at the big screen, but how do you miss it? It's pretty easy to look up.
You might as the hell well.
See the big screen because they're standing directly under.
They're under.
Here we go.
You got nothing to lose and everything the game. We're up by 20. This reminds me of like when the Patriots punted with Brady on third down. Y'all remember that? And how mad the other team was? It started like this big brawl. I don't even remember who they was playing. But they were up big. And so they had Brady out there because it was third down. And then Brady got it and punted it. That's that just pure arrogance.
He always carries it in that right arm, even when he's going to the other sideline. So always in a case like that, I mean, just from those replays, I don't know that that's going to be overturned.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, he's having a good time no matter what. So there you go.
Go for it now. Punt it now.
They're going to take the field goal.
Why did I say punt? Anyway. Okay, so it's about to be 36 to 14.
You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot on that replay. And they'll send out Greg Zuerlein here.
There's a lot of Carolina fans that are heartbroken right now. They really believed in this team. And I'm not saying they're not legit. They ran into a very pissed off Cowboys team who is bound to determine whether you like it or not, you will take it seriously. Say whatever you want about, oh, it was the Eagles. This is Carolina. Undefeated. Number one defense in the league. Number one rushing defense in the league. 45 rushing yards a game given up before today. I'm just saying.
Prior to his injury last year, he was on record.
At some point, y'all gonna learn to stop pissing these guys off because this is where they get that energy from. It's from y'all. It ain't from us. I ain't saying the home crowd don't make a difference. I just did a 30-minute video on Friday about how much of a difference the home crowd makes. But they go into the game with added motivation from y'all because they get tired of the shit that y'all were saying about them, and they not legit, and they ain't played nobody.
It's a handful. You know, and I think your point about Elliott is so true, right? Everyone's like, well, it's not the Zeke of old. It's not the 2016 Zeke. You know what? It looks like the 2016 Zeke to me today.
He looks fast. He looks energized. When you bring in Pollard, I mean, the second you see Zeke Elliott run out, you take a deep breath, and all of a sudden Pollard runs in, and you're like, oh, my God, I got to chase this guy around now.
It's a lot to take in. That's why the Cowboys up big in this one. This week, Thursday Night Football on Fox. Matthew Stafford and the Rams against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Boy, is that a good one. Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Fox. NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. Are the Rams the best team in the NFC? Or are the Cowboys the best team in the NFC?
I think right now, you got to say maybe the Rams. I think they might be a little bit better on defense. Now, granted, it's hard to say after today with the turnovers and how well Dallas has played, but I think the two of them are at the top. Usual suspects with Tampa.
I was really hard on this defense in the first half, and they have shut my mouth.
Brady and the Bucs are the defending champs. I'm not leaving them out. They'll be there at the end. Just talking. Here's Togo.
Another sack. This one's Micah. 5 sacks. I'm gonna say this to y'all one more time because I don't think y'all understand it. We got 5 sacks. Randy Gregory has 2. Micah Parsons has 1. We still don't have DeMarcus Lawrence or Neville Gallimore or a handful of other guys on this defensive line, and we got 5 sacks. Just chew on that.
Micah Parsons and Sam Bell. Cowboys had 4 sacks on the year, 5 sacks today. Over the middle, got a completion there, and that is Smith who gets out across the 30. This Cowboys defense is really flying around this year. They're bringing Dan Quinn as a new defensive coordinator, and look, they are no doubt predicated on turnovers, on their young players. This is coming into the game. Odigizua has a half sack today. Parsons just got another one. But yeah, 8 takeaways, and on 2 more today. And this is all coming into today, but
most by Cowboys team. The last time we had 8 takeaways in 3 games was 2007. We went 13-3 that year. Just something else that you want.
You see all the numbers today. The pressures, the turnovers. It goes hand in hand. Third down. Blitz again. They get it out to Marshall. And he's tackled short of the first.
Good hit, Jordan Lewis.
Short-handed tackle. He's short. It's a no-brainer. You got to go for it. You got no choice. Yeah, you got no choice here. You got to keep this alive. Down by 22.
Get them off the field now. All I'm trying to do now is run up the score. Make believers out of people, whether they want to or not. We're not about to give y'all a choice no more. Okay. All right. That's fine.
It was Freeman who got the carry, and they'll keep the drive.
We got penetration. But
so they pick it up. We talked about the formula for Dallas, the young guys contributing, Parsons, Odigizua. But I thought it was interesting, you called me this week. I said, what'd you see on film? I said, I saw Dan Quinn, and this is not the defense he used to run.
It's not. Everyone thinks of Dan Quinn from his days with the Legion of Boom and the single high and very basic coverages in Seattle. He brought a lot of that scheme with him to Atlanta. When I first put on the tape this week, I thought I'd see a lot of that carryover. Prior to talking to him, I said, this is not the Dan Quinn defense we've seen over the last 10 years or so in the NFL.
Play clock winding down. I don't think they got the playoffs.
Before the play like this fire, timeout Carolina. The first of this half.
So Carolina calls a timeout before the clock expired. But more on Quinn. So a lot. He brought over some of the stuff, but you saw a lot of different things, multiple.
He said last year when he was let
there's so many people that's mad right now.
With a lot of free time. And a credit to him, a guy who's had a ton of success as a defensive play caller in this league, to be able to go back and reflect and say, is what I'm doing working anymore? Is what
to any Carolina fans that might be watching, I just want to say,
and give him credit. He's a lot more multiple in his front.
Don't be too hard on your team after this loss. Don't get too down. Because
and you got to give a credit to a coach when he can recognize and look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to evolve as the NFL evolves. Just because it worked for me in the past doesn't.
Sometimes you just run into a better team. That's all there is to it.
He is completely.
I don't think this changes anything for Carolina or their projection or what they're going to do this year, or what they're capable of. Especially y'all are going to be getting Christian McCaffrey back. And I'm not saying that like to be condescending. Like I'm being genuinely honest with you. Woo! Come on, man. Is this football or ballet? Like, for real.
Wow, I saw that one coming. KZ had him lined up, coming from depth. He hits him in the shoulder.
That's just a football hit.
Yeah, that sure looks like a legal hit. And shoulder to shoulder, right?
It was shoulder to shoulder. I think the only thing they could probably say, we should ask Dean, does KZ kind of launch himself? You see him, he kind of comes off the ground and
I mean, you're not going to just sit there and let the receiver catch the ball. You got a right to try to drive through him and separate the ball.
It looked like he went shoulder to shoulder.
All right. That's fine. Now we just mad.
Now, I will say, I get it. In real time as an official, it's so impossible to tell the difference, right? The guy launches.
If it's impossible to tell the difference, then don't call it. Like,
Dallas. Dean, what's your take there? And I just said, I don't know if you heard, but I know it's impossible real time sometimes to see this as your official on the field. But what's your take on what they saw there?
Yeah, I think you're right. In real time, it is hard. It's a big hit. You see some contact up in that head neck area. Ultimately, to me, it's not a foul. He doesn't get him in the head neck. The launch would be a foul if there was contact with the helmet, but there was no contact shoulder to shoulder. To me, it's illegal.
Okay, great. So you were on it. Dean, appreciate the clarification. What it is.
I wonder at some point, I'm sorry, Ken, you almost wonder at some point where they make those reviewable. You know, those are huge plays in the impact of the game.
Donald over the middle. Smith's got it, diving down. That'll be a second down for Smith. Yeah, and you look, you can see, well, I mean, if you're a defensive player, you're like, man, I did everything right. Perfect tackle. But again, if you're on this field, you can't look how fast that is. It just looks bad, right?
It looks really violent. The head snaps back. You just assume there's contact to the head or neck area. In that case, there wasn't.
Meanwhile, Carolina's trying to stay in this game here. Need 3 scores at least. Everyone else is kind of taking their yards. Smith again has got a first down with 10.5 to play.
He's going to go a little hurry up here, try to find some tempo.
We're just playing some soft coverage vanilla defense now. Trying not to let them score 2 plays or 1 play. I ain't got no problem with this.
Smith, the running back, number 20.
First down.
You might score, but we're going to make you take time off the clock while you do it. Basically, is the philosophy.
Stopped there by Brown. But it's going to be another first down. He's inside the 15. And now Anderson is slow to get up. There he goes.
Carolina came out swinging, and they punched us in the mouth at first. And they gave us every single thing that they had, and it was not close to enough.
There he is, Kennedy, top side.
And they were undefeated, the #1 defense in the league coming in. Just something else to chew on. But we ain't played nobody.
Punch it in, get a little closer. Far side, Silster catches with a stiff on the pace. Kennedy, and he's out of bounds inside the 10, going to get him down near the 7.
Yeah, I didn't see Diggs on that last possession come up lame. He seemed like after the second pick, he was feeling pretty good. You see him there. You got to imagine something's wrong for him not to be out there, but he seems like he's pretty happy.
He's just getting a much-deserved break. That's all that is. He took this defense over today. Let's go strip sack right here. We almost got home. Okay.
The Panthers kind of methodically rush up the field and try to stay in this game, and DJ Moore's got the score.
Really nice job there by Sam Darnold buying time. You see it, Diggy Zua. He gets pressure. He goes again inside of Camp Irving. Darnold feels it, flushes out wide. DJ Moore does a nice job breaking off his route, being friendly on the scramble drill, coming back.
Kennedy was out of position on that one.
Right? I think if you're Matt Rule, there's no moral victories in the NFL. I don't know how this game's going to end up, but to see the fight from this young squad who's against the ropes on the road,
It's a good sign.
Sure is. Extra point. And so they're going to need 1 2-point conversion at some point. They don't take it there, but still in the game. Down 15. A lot of time to go.
Singing and driving.
Playing the drums.
Let's go get another touchdown. We got to get that back.
Drive a friend home. Time for a snack. Things you can't do. Use it and
Don't send emojis, go hug your mom. Drive to the airport, show him some love.
Now grab a taco because it's late.
And tomorrow is a brand new day.
This is for all the NFL fans who can't talk smack because little ears are listening. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of taking steps forward, whatever the pace and whatever the size. That's why we set out to help make it easier for everyone to move forward financially. See how we can make a difference for you at PNC Bank.
I'm in a room in the famous face. Oh, she likes small changes. Yeah, it sure is like a movie. Oh, about to make a movie.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
The quarter-pound king in the 2 for $6, only at BK. FS1 is your home for the American League playoffs. The ALDS begins Thursday on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Mix and match your faves for just $6.
It's a WWE coronation when the King of the Ring and the inaugural Queen's Crown Tournament kick off the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Well, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, some cancer screenings declined by 90%. Now doctors are diagnosing later stage cancers, which could have been detected sooner. So don't wait. Remind a loved one and talk to your doctor about getting screened. It takes all of us to intercept cancer. Visit NFL.com/crucialcatch to learn more. Back here in Arlington, 36-21. Cowboys by 15 after a dominating third quarter. Panthers just put one on the board, so they're still in this game.
No, they're not.
So now you look at
He's about to go get it back right now.
Mojo of Mike McCarthy, the machine that goes to. You know, he's tapping into the history of this great franchise. Where do I go here? Try to get this team back to the Super Bowl. They'll go to Jimmy Johnson's great teams in the 90s, you know, Troy and the triplets. You never can go wrong with that. That worked pretty well last time I checked. Where do I go back even further than Tom Landry and Roger Staubach? Maybe I use a little of both to get us back. So far, the mojo today, 4 touchdowns for Dak Prescott. Now he's trying to ice this game. Start by running a huge hole for Elliott, who picks up a quick 10 yards and a first down for the Cowboys. Now the game break. Let's go back to Carissa Thompson.
Thank you, Kevin. Giants trailing 21-10. Daniel Jones finds Saquon Barkley down the sideline for this 54-yard score. 2-point conversion good. They're down by 3. They do have the ball again at the 2-minute mark. Kevin?
Giants looking for their first win. That'll be a big one for them. Appreciate that, Carissa. Ezekiel Elliott, 127 yards and a touchdown today. 47 yards mix as well. Give it to him again. Up the middle. He's had a soft landing spot up the middle a lot today. It's been a good room to run behind this Dallas offensive line.
So you got to give credit. Connor Williams, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, they're really, really moving the interior defensive lineman here for Carolina.
They found something, and they're going to continue to go after it as they try to close this gap, this game here in the fourth quarter.
Elliott still looking across the floor. You bring him third down and short. You saw that graphic, 212 yards rushing against a Panthers team that had allowed 45 yards per game.
Yeah, sometimes, early in the season, stats can be a little misleading, right? It depends on who you play, when you play them, what the other team emphasizes each week. We knew coming in, this was not your typical running game that you're trying to stop, and Dallas has pretty much been able to do whatever they want, especially in the run game.
That being said, they're only 2 of 7 on third down. There's an area to find that they haven't been great. Third down here, Prescott for Lamb, and just overthrew him. Lamb was fighting there with Dante Jackson. It'll bring up a fourth down. Got an injury update. Let's go down to Pam.
Hey, Kevin, yeah, the word on Trayvon Diggs is that it's player management. It's basically giving the guy some rest. Back to you.
Pam, I like, can I use that in like an everyday setting? Like to my wife, I need some announcer management.
Absolutely. I need some sideline reporter management. My feet are killing me.
There you go.
We're going to get Pam one of these mats we have up here in the booth. They do wonders.
You can't really transport them with her. We get a flag before this punt. Well, good to know that Diggs is fine.
False start. Offense number 25.
They're down 15. 7 minutes to go. They come down and score here. It's going to get very interesting.
Kemper says we got to go to break. In other words, shut up, announcers. Go ahead. After the punt, you can take us to break. We'll listen.
Nobody knows where the ball is.
Do need that to punt. And so they will on a 4th and 8. Ryan Anger gets into it. Good kick. Erickson lets it go over his head. And the Panthers will start on their 20. Dallas defense is flexing today. 5 sacks, couple of turnovers. Their lead by 15.
Got to correct whatever went wrong on the last drive. They went right down the field and scored.
You hear the jam?
Air?
No, just an inspiring singer-songwriter with my bandmates. Here, giving out that Rogers rate to regular folks like us.
State Farm has rates that fit anyone's budget.
Is that so? Oh, Kiki. In that case, this one goes out to an ex-best friend of mine who took my rate, just gave it away.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
If you love that chicken from Popeyes, you'll love our nuggets. They're crispy, juicy, and packed with our signature home-style Louisiana flavor. Try an 8-piece today for $3.99.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. We loved our house, but
it was time to move.
so we used Rocket Mortgage to finance our next home.
With less cats.
When you need control over your home loan, Rocket can.
Some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone. Not Verizon. You dunk it, crash it, doggy bone it. We upgrade it. Get a 5G phone on us when you trade in your old phone. Plus get $500 when you join. Because everyone deserves better.
Cool office.
Yeah, Kristen, this is perfect. I love it. Hey, but let's talk about the lower level. Follow me.
Whoa, okay. Ambient lighting.
Get recommendations for free from the Best Buy home expert.
His defense had me worried in the first half. Then Trayvon comes out and gets 2 kicks in the second half. Coming into today, we had 8 takeaways for the first 3 games. The last time we did that was 2007. We went 13.
So here's the thing. It's all smiles and everything. The Cowboys have been in control the second half. And you heard Pam say player management. But Greg, this is a 2-score game. There's still a lot of time left in this game, and Diggs is not on the field right now. Are you surprised?
I am a little bit. I mean, I understand they were up 22, maybe give them a blow on the last drive. Sam Darnold leads the Panthers down there. They score. Their defense forces a punt. They get the ball right back. Right. This guy's falling asleep. He's going to wake up. This game's not over.
By the way, announcer management, Rachel said you get it when you play golf anytime you want. I can't play that far. That's fair. Thanks for the idea, James.
Glad she's watching.
It is. 1st and 10. Here we go for the Panthers. Down by 2 scores. And it's Darnold. One-man rush Parsons. Payne gets rid of it. And been getting it to spin.
Tonight's real feeling for Patriots Bucks is similar to what the Romo-led Broncos versus Cowboys would have been in 2017.
But they only have, well, they've used all their timeouts. Certainly would like to have Christian McCaffrey back out.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching. I watch Sunday Night Football pretty much every week, but I wouldn't miss tonight for nothing.
It's Thomas up there as a first down. It's almost lulling Dallas to sleep at this point, but the game is not over.
They are, but they're playing a lot of soft coverages. Sam Darnold understands there's a time in it. There's a clock in his head. He's got to get the ball out on time. He's seen a lot of underneath routes, the running backs. There you saw the tight ends. Now, at some point,
all right, defense. I was talking bad shit earlier. Y'all gonna have to back me up now. Y'all can't make me look dumb.
These 2 high safeties back here. As long as they play deep like that, the underneath coverage is where they have some opportunities.
Let's see.
There it is. Oh. Anthony Brown dropped it. He had it in his hands and he put it down.
It's another example. We talked earlier about Diggs. You see Brown here. He's just flat-footed at the top. They got to run by him. Make these guys. If you want to sit at the sticks, if you want to drive, I'm going to throw it over your head. I wouldn't be surprised at some point here they say, forget it. We're going to take a shot one-on-one up the sideline if you want to keep squatting on our routes. He's lucky that wasn't a pick.
Brown knew it. So it said 2nd and 10. 5:44 to go. And Panthers out of timeouts.
They're playing way off these receivers.
This time blitz is coming. Darnold senses. Rolls out. Can't find anyone. Just going to run and take it he can get. He's out across the 35. They'll mark him out at the 37. He's got 7. Another game break. Back to Carissa Thompson.
Thanksgiving Giants, who trailed by 11 late in the 4th, got themselves into field goal range. Graham Gano, who missed one earlier in the day, right through the middle. 36 seconds left on the clock here. We are all tied up in New Orleans.
Carissa, thanks for keep tabs on that. So we told you Diggs is still not in the game. Maurice Kennedy, 5th-year player out of Virginia, has been the guy replacing him. You said go deep. Do you test him?
I think you do. I think you try to hear Joe Brady. Now you get a sense where are the mismatches? Where are they playing maybe some backup players? You said it. He's one of them.
Play clock running down to 0. They don't get it off. And they have no timeouts. They couldn't stop it.
They were 4 for 5 on 3rd down, and now they're 4 for 12. They're 0 for 7 in the last 7 3rd downs. This defense is really dug in.
At this point in the game, just can't have that. Your urgency should be at the highest level right now. Get in and out of the huddle, get the play in.
Exactly 5 minutes to go.
See Kennedy down here. He's lined up on DJ. He's lined up on DJ Moore. Does he see that matchup and try to go to him?
Looking the other way. Darnold got a flow into the Anderson wide open and he overthrew him. There was your shot. Darnold just missed it. And now 4th down, you got to go.
Got to go for it here. I thought, again, just finding your mismatches. Now, he went to the top of the screen. Robbie Anderson with a little double move. He's got him.
The touchdown.
Yeah, Anthony Brown, Phil.
Yeah, you see Sam. He knows a few have gotten away from him. You can see Robbie Anderson obviously frustrated, but they got to regroup now. They got to get into 4th down. See DJ Moore again. Lined up at the bottom of the screen. The game's on the line. You go to your best players. Today, that's been DJ Moore.
Really, the game. Blitz is coming. Darnold delivers. Caught for a 1st down and then some. Silstra making a move. Look at this. There's nobody home. Down to the 20 and inside the 15. 14. On 4th and 8, Brandon Zylstra delivers 55 yards, and the Panthers in business.
So we go and get a 20-point third quarter. And fourth quarter's been all Panthers.
You go to Brandon Zylstra. That's exactly what we said. But they call it a 7-stop. He kind of sells a corner out, pulls the string back, pulls the brakes. I'll tell you, Zylstra,
Man, if y'all sit here and make me look dumb,
don't sleep on him. He can run.
Words cannot express how upset I'm going to
Diggs
be.
needs to get out of his player management if that's really what it is. And come back on the field.
I still believe in y'all. Y'all need to settle down. I'm not sure why Diggs. Okay, you want to give him the drive off? That's fine. But like they keep saying, this game's not over. That's holding.
That flew around the 10. And so we'll see what this is.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense, number 25. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's Sean Wright, who's like their 6th quarterback.
Yeah, you see Robbie Anderson.
If Diggs is truly not hurt and they were just giving him a break, I'm unsure why he's not on the field.
Pretty easy there for the official to see.
Well, a couple things. Obviously, the Panthers have to get in, and if they do, they're going to decide if they want to go for 2 now or later. First and goal, we know that.
DJ Moore, again, we saw it earlier. He's lined up at running back.
Lyle looks his way, goes his way, touchdown, Carolina, 2 more.
We showed you earlier in the broadcast, Kevin. They put him there. He ran a little option. He ran an out-breaking route. Now they came in here. They call it H option. That would be a Christian McCaffrey staple. But now they got him. He's going to come. He's going to square him up. He's going to cross face. Again, a lot of traffic. The defenders are running into each other. Tommy Tremble sets it with that burst release. That's a read. DJ can break out. We saw him do it earlier. He can break in. Just saw on that last play, and we got ourselves a ball game now.
Gonzalez for a huge extra point to make it a 1-score game. It's up and good. 36-28, 4:31 to go. Carolina can't stop the clock, though, so they've got to get a stop on defense. Is there a thing that's getting up too big too early? Because it just feels like Dallas kind of went to sleep. Well, they were up 22. It felt like the game was over.
It did. I think they got a little complacent. I think they thought the Panthers were just going to lay down. They didn't. They were down 22, went down, scored a touchdown. Defense went out, forced the punt. They kind of just handed the ball off, run. Eventually punted. They got themselves. I don't know if they can just turn around now and just milk the clock. I think they're going to have to find the aggressive nature they had throughout the most.
Next drive is a game. Bones right. Exactly.
The Panthers better. They're going to keep fighting back.
Try and finish the game. 8-point games. Carolina would need a touchdown or 2, but they need to stop first.
Nobody, absolutely nobody on this next drive needs to touch that ball other than Zeke. Except that, please.
And keep in mind,
I want no dumbass Wildcat stuff.
Donald to Zylstra, 55 yards, just as you predicted.
That's the connection. That's the connection we talked about coming in here today. Did Dallas have an answer for him?
Big plays at the biggest time. So a 22-point lead is now 8, and now a short kick to Pollard. It makes a man miss, and Dallas got back maybe to the 20.
All Zeke's got to do is hold on to the ball, and we walking out of here with a dub.
For Carolina.
Hold on to the ball and get the first down because they don't got no more timeouts.
Dak Prescott, 4 touchdowns.
But yeah, the course of this game has changed twice.
But now, can this Cowboys offense finish?
It was 14-13 Carolina at halftime. Dallas storms out with a 20-point third quarter. Seemingly, the game is over.
Down 17. They need a lot more to get there.
And now Carolina's come roaring back.
Jungle formation, Pollard in the game to give it to him. Big hole. Pollard makes the cut. Pollard spinning across the 35. That's a good start for Tony Pollard. Good block
And I think
front and a first down.
I think the players thought this game was over.
Really nice job.
Just like I said, it was over. They got just a little too complacent. They went to sleep.
Just enough on the edge defender.
Now it's all
Pollard
business.
is super explosive. He hits that. They needed that. We talked about it. They're going to just sit on the ball and milk the clock. Well, they ran it, but it turned into a chunk play. Probably see him running again here.
232 yards rushing for the Cowboys. It's Elliott cutting back against the ground. A big chunk here. Still pushing the pile. He's got 8. Huge chunks from the Cowboys' run game as they try to run this game out.
You know, something that seemed at the moment kind of a hidden part of the game, and that one possession earlier in the second half, Carolina ended up using those 2 timeouts. You know, on the 4th down that they lined up the punt, and then they ended up going. They've got to save those timeouts. This is critical. Now here, if you're Dallas,
he's got 142 yards.
Snap the ball at 10 seconds. Snap the ball at 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Every second here matters when you're trying to end this game. Selling out here.
And now penalties, multiple.
Too many men.
12 men in position. Defense. Resulting in a first down.
Well, you saw Morgan Fox. There was all kinds of confusion with Matt Rule trying to shove him back on the field, so that never felt right.
Yeah, that's a critical area. You see Rule send him out. Nobody came off. It's a critical area at this point in the game, but this is it. They got to stop him here. One more first down, this will be tough.
Haven't shown the ability to do it with this big formation. They're just going to keep on running it to Elliott. It's a yard. Yeah, without any timeouts, this is really what it comes down to. Dallas gets another first down. Essentially, it's going to be over. Would you just stay on the ground here the way they've been getting? I mean, they've got 241 yards rushing today.
Yeah, I think on this down, you're approaching the 2-minute warning. You know that's the only opportunity Carolina has to stop the clock.
On the fake, Prescott wide open. It shows.
Ooh.
But that cost him. He would have had a first down and for all intents and purposes wrapped up the game. And now it's going to come down to a 3rd down play.
I'm just glad he caught it, because if he put that on the ground there, that's an incomplete. That stops the clock. 2-minute warning stops the clock.
Throw a clear catch and the game is over. Going to take the 2-minute warning here. It all comes down to this down.
Well, Zeke's been running all day. One more first down. Dallas will win it. See if they can get it. We come back 2-1.
In 2016, I was working at the Amazon warehouse. When
I still say
passed away, and
any other
a couple
Cowboy
years later,
teams would have
my
found a
mother
way to
passed
lose this
away.
game.
After taking care of them,
Yeah, they would
I
have.
really wanted to become a nurse. Amazon helped me with
But
training and tuition.
this game's not over yet. I made that mistake earlier when we were up 22.
To become a registered nurse.
It was 36-14. Now it's 36-28.
Hindi ko kayo makakalimutan.
Well, that's the thing about claims, you see. They don't happen on your schedule.
We've got only ourselves to blame for this. We put ourselves in this position. We got excited. Everybody was hyped. I was hyped. Players were hyped. Everybody felt like the game was over, and they just went to bed.
24/7. But near as I can tell, chestnuts don't talk. Or maybe they're just really quiet.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Well, I've got things to do, Mr. Chestnut. So,
Okay, so take this right. Now pull into that parking space. Thanks so much. It's my lunch break.
You know you want that sauce and sauce Wingstop with flavor gets wings.
My hygienist cleans with a round head. So does my Oral-B. My hygienist personalizes my cleaning. So does my Oral-B.
Oral-B delivers the wow of a professional clean feel every day.
Today, business is a balancing act. You want your data to be protected and secured. And your customers want it seamless and easy. With IBM, you can do both. Your company can monitor threats across your clouds, address all those regulations, and still create all new experiences. Trustworthy AI-powered security. That's why so many businesses work with IBM.
You're not scaring me.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance.
So it all comes down to this. 2 minutes left. Carolina, no timeouts. If Dallas can convert this third down, they'll win it. Third down and 1 from the 41. Elliott, a little option. He's got it. Game over.
You talk about dialing up the call for a certain
Genius call, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore pulls a great play.
Dipping into his bag again.
What looked like kind of a little sweep.
Now it's over. Now we can celebrate.
You see him hand it off. Brian Burns is
I learned my lesson from that. I ain't never calling a game that early again. That got scary. That got really scary.
What a big time play call there.
That was impressive.
That was really impressive. Good play callers have plays. They wait for the right time. They carry it each week for a certain situation. And there you just saw one perfectly executed.
Maybe it got a little closer than they would have liked, but like good teams do, they run it out and they win it 36-28. And the Cowboys in Carolina, their first loss, they're going to improve to 3-1 on a 4-touchdown day from Dak Prescott, a 143-yard rushing day from Ezekiel Elliott, and a 2-interception day from Trayvon Diggs. The old Tom Landry victory formation. There you go. That'll do it. Fun one here in Arlington today. Third quarter for Dallas. Went up to a 22-point lead. Carolina got close. The Cowboys run it out to victory, and they win it by 8. So for our entire NFL on Fox crew, Sam Oliver, Greg Olson, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Thanks for watching the Cowboys and the Panthers now both 3-1.
Yes, sir, Bones. Good teams find a way to win.
Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez have the call with the Falcons and Washington.
All right, let's see what Washington does with Atlanta here. Before I cut this stream off. They're in bonus coverage on Fox.
You've had some tough ones to determine in your tenure. This one is not an easy one, Dean. Now, this is really close. McKissick, and Mark mentioned the goal line going around the world. That's the goal line extended. McKissick doesn't get that here because he doesn't get a body part down in the end zone. The ball has to cross inside or over the pylon. That's what they have to determine here. It's really close when you're looking at the pylon and angles. Is there enough to say it didn't? I think
you too, man.
Outside, I just don't see clear enough.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna catch the end of this Washington game, and then I'll do my post-game video. Y'all be good. Peace.
This looks like it may be one of those that stands, Dean, based on what we've seen from our replay.